Bob Kelly has been annoying everyone, and he's only been here 5 minutes. He came in. Welcome to the show. Bob came in early. Voss is not here. Voss is also coming in.
Thank God.
Jamie Kilstein is coming in. I haven't seen Jamie in many years, so I'm happy to be seeing him. And Bobby came in. Where the fuck is Voss? He's always here first.
Yeah, I don't know. Who
Hopefully in an ambulance.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Who puts the mic flags on in the morning? Do we know?
Nico.
Okay, well, somebody needs to give Miko a lesson in how to plug a microphone in, because...
Is he doing too good of a job?
We know the issue that we had yesterday where the mic wasn't working, it's because it wasn't plugged in. And we just had the same issue today. He just kind of sets the wire back in place. The microphone's not plugged in.
He doesn't know how to plug the mic in when he takes the thing out.
Yeah, it's functioning just fine. It just needs to be plugged in.
Understandable.
That's a little tech talk, right?
I love tech talk with Bobby and friends. Why is my mic so low?
Rich is stuck in traffic.
Oh, okay. But
How is he? I can't
take the train. Why won't he take the train?
First of all, stop it. He has a hotel in New York City.
Yeah.
I came from fucking Westchester.
The best Chester.
Thanks. The traffic. What's up, brother?
Yeah,
the
man.
traffic I sat in to get here was ridiculous.
It's bad?
It's always fucking bad, but I sat in it and I left early enough because I'm not a fucking moron and I'm an
Right.
adult. The fact that he's in Manhattan at a hotel in traffic makes me sick.
It's ridiculous, and it's not. There's no personal responsibility in it. Is the problem?
You could literally push an app on your phone, have somebody pick you up and drive you here, and it tells you how long it will take.
That's what my man Jay to
I
the
do
End
Uber.
does.
Who?
I Uber.
Jay to the End.
J to the end.
J to the end?
Yeah. Although soon C to the C. So I came up in the elevator. Is this a good way to flirt? I came in the elevator and there was...
No, that's a terrible way to flirt.
Well, no, but I pointed it out when she got on. I was like, look what happened.
You're going to get in trouble.
It's not good.
There's a beautiful girl. Beautiful blonde girl on the elevator. She's probably a little too young for me.
How old do you think she was?
In mid-20s.
Is she in a carriage? Was she holding a balloon?
And she gets on, and I wanted to talk to her, so I didn't know what to say.
Can I have some of that Pez?
Yeah. When you were first telling this story, when you got, because you didn't tell us how you flirted or anything. You just said there was a beautiful blonde in the elevator that you were smitten with. I had assumed she was one of those like smart business women in a business suit, like somebody in their like mid-30s, early 40s, something like that.
Stop it.
Like Fox News?
No.
What would I do with that?
One of these just little blondes fresh out of college.
Well, yeah, she's still cute.
She's like a briefcase, maybe some type of brooch.
Oh yeah, she's definitely got a brooch because she's dressing.
She has a blouse, that's why.
Right, because she's dressing like she's seen professional women dress on television.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't been an adult for more than...
Beautiful feathered hair, right? Just an adult. She has some type of swanky little Louis Vuitton briefcase.
Right, brand new.
Yeah, brand new. 'Cause
Brand
she gets
new.
a new one every 6 months.
Of course.
Right, no.
This was a delightful young lady.
With a hoodie.
No, she was very well dressed. She had her little iPod, little buds in.
Ooh, buds.
And she gets on. I wanted
Is that
to
what you
talk to
said?
her.
Hey, what's in your buds?
Hey, what are you budding right now?
That's so cool.
And I said to her, I was like, do you work at NBC? Which is a fair question because they have half the building. And she goes, I do.
She probably, in that moment, she probably goes, oh, no.
No, but I'm a good...
What do you think her story is? Guys,
No, I'm a good non-creepy conversationalist. It was very basic chatter, nothing creepy or salacious, nothing. I was like, so you're at NBC? And she goes, yeah. I mean, how many floors do you guys have? And she's like, we're 27 through 33, whatever it was. This is however many floors they have. No, I know, it's not good. But I just ran out of things to ask her about being at NBC.
You're the only thing you could think of for NBC. Like one of the biggest entertainment companies, you go, how many floors is it?
That's a fair question.
And then after that, like, I don't know. I don't know anything else.
She said like 7 floors. And I was like, yeah, we just noticed that the elevators got really crowded. She goes, yeah. And I'm like, I'm like, are you, no, I said to her, I'm like, you guys are new here, right? How long have you been here? Just a couple of years.
What?
That's good, dude.
You guys are new here.
God, you're
How long you been
fantastic.
here? A couple of years.
Oh my God, she went and told everybody in the office, I just met this most interesting guy. Oh my God, I didn't think it was gonna be, I looked at him, I was like, this isn't going to be fun. But then it turned into the most amazing, exhilarating elevator ride ever. He had, because you know, the other day when I was talking about the floors, because I count the floors, how many we have and how many the other companies have,
You don't think-
he asked me.
You don't think she said some old guy in a Black Sabbath hoodie was complaining about NBC people using the elevators?
Probably is what she was saying.
Yeah.
How many floors do you guys have?
Yeah, like
You remember the guy that I helped when I donated to his GoFundMe? I think he was on the elevator this morning. I think.
yeah, I mean that's what to me that line of questioning comes across to you, not flirting, but being like, stop using the elevator, guys. It's taking me forever.
I was being very friendly. I was full of fun and vigor. I was full of friendly energy.
You couldn't think of anything after.
Well, but I knew she was getting off soon.
Did she say that they were new? I don't.
7th floor. Well, I said you guys are new, and how long you've been here for? I might have even said a few years. Like you've been here for a few. It was just.
You know what's a good line when she's getting off the elevator? Go, hey, where you going? Wait.
Yeah,
and then see what she does.
Say hello to the peacock for me. NBC,
I
right?
would have done better. I would have done better if I went. You want to smell my gasser?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Plus, NBC's not new here.
I know. That's why I realized that. How long you guys been here? We just noticed some more elevator traffic. How long you guys been here? Like a couple of years?
And then you said a few years because you realized that it hasn't. It's not. They've been here the whole time.
I just didn't know what to say.
He said he elevated traffic convo with Jim Norton.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I wanted to chat.
Let's go to elevator traffic with Jim. Jim, how's the elevator traffic this morning?
It's not bad. There's just myself and one horrified woman. Yeah, just crying into a fucking.
Anything to ask, like what department she works in? Or?
Well, no, she said that the building is sales. She goes, oh, I forgot this part.
Oh, good. There's more. Yeah.
She goes, this is our sales department. Like this is just sales, like 7 floor. I'm like, only sales?
What?
I go, she goes,
Just a guy who's seen the world. I can't believe a sales department has multiple floors.
It's only sales 7. And she goes, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot 30 Rock.
I've been your friend for 20 years. I've never seen you that interested in anything I've ever said. I'm in sales.
Wait, really? Sales? And then I said,
and then he goes, oh yeah, I forgot 30 Rock. As
across the street.
Yeah,
I forgot.
You know what that statement implies? Like, oh, I figured Matt Lauer was up doing the Today Show, up on like the 28th floor or something.
It also shows that he's in the know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Travis. That's more what it was. That I knew that you guys. Oh, right. That's
industry jargon.
Yeah.
30 Rock across the street.
Yeah.
Silver Cup Studios.
No, the Silver Cup Studio's not there. It's in Queens.
I just thank God you should thank God you have a radio show that you could immediately get this out, because if you didn't, you'd have to take this home with you, go to the gym with it. You'd probably be talking to yourself on the fucking pre-call machine. Sales? Why would I say sales? Fucking idiot.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was the worst. Was my stunned disbelief that there were 7 sales floors.
Sales?
What? Couldn't get over it.
Are you? Wait a minute.
All sales? What are you selling?
Sales?
Is there that much to sell around NBC Universal? Could there be that many properties to sell?
What are you selling? That's so interesting.
Wait. 7 floors of sales?
What was I supposed to
Did you get her
say?
number?
No. She told me there were 7 sales floors. I went,
you stupid fucking cunt.
Shouldn't have said that.
she's very nice.
Yeah, that's
a lovely young lady.
That's a bummer, huh?
Yeah, and there's no way I'll ever see her again. Because you literally will see somebody, and then you see them once and twice in 8 months.
There's no way you'll ever see her again, because between floors 31 and 32, she just opened the doors and jumped off into the elevator
No,
shaft.
she just stepped out and got mushed against the wall.
Yeah, I have
the
to
rest of the
go.
elevator.
I hope you see her every day.
Me too. And I'm sure she does too.
Hey, any sales today? Huh?
How's work?
You know, because
Yeah, selling a lot.
yeah, probably helping the boys down at 30 Rock, huh?
Yep, we help them. Yep, okay. I'll see you later.
I'm in sales too.
What?
I sell laughter.
I'm so upset you didn't get to use that line.
I want to return the laughter I bought from you. Well,
that was very, very. I was very embarrassed as soon as I just was done talking. I'm like, I'm just bad at this.
It's hard though in an elevator.
No, it's impossible. But I'm still bad at it though.
Yeah, to be in an elevator with a smoking hot chick. And in the morning,
and wearing my outfit with my Sabbath hoodie. I know I'm old. I have my fucking dumb jacket on.
9th day in a row.
My hoodie. I wear this every day though. It's not like it's not like a shirt. Hoodies you can wear every day.
No, I'm not saying it smells. I'm just saying that it's not like.
What is the hoodie rule?
As many days as you want.
As many days as you
Well,
want.
I don't wash hoodies that often, but I'm not wearing the same hoodie over and over and over again just because people would be like,
Yeah,
Sabbath hoodie, huh?
It's like a uniform at that
right.
point.
I don't care what they say.
Well,
They're full of turkey.
well, let's.
Oh man, you are so bad.
I don't give a
Jim.
turkey what they say.
You are so. Here's the thing about Jim, man. He just doesn't care.
I don't give a turkey.
You're gonna eat a turkey in a few days.
Oh, Thanksgiving reference.
Hump day.
You won't be home though.
I know. I feel bad.
Where are you going for
I
Thanksgiving,
forgot.
Baba?
We're going to Aruba.
Oh,
Yeah, that's nice. You should have fun.
You're upset?
Baba. He goes to my house every year for Thanksgiving.
When I come over to my mom's house?
Well, he did last year, which kind of bothered me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did. You kind of betrayed me, and you went to Sam's house,
Sorry.
and then you came to my house, and you were like, "Why did I ever do that?"
That's right.
Because the food was way better in my house.
That's right.
Is that true? Okay.
What's wrong with you?
Well,
It's not true.
it's not. It's true. My mom will make you those special cookies that she makes if you come over.
Oh, good.
What are those cookies?
Well, Jim used to have a
Sardine sugar cookies?
no. She used to have. Jim used to explain to the world on a regular basis here on the show that my mom liked to bake cookies, except she liked to use her gray pubic hair in the cookies and make little handles.
I said she would yank
On
her
the cookies.
pubes out, and she would put one pube in each cookie, and then a loop, so it was like a handle with a root in it.
And like, obviously, I never talked to her about this, right? But she listens to the show.
Oh, God.
So then I think it was last Christmas or something. She was like, "Oh, is Jimmy coming over?" And I go, "Oh, I don't think so." And she goes, "Okay, well, if he does, tell him I made a special cookie just for him."
It'd be great if you shut up and there was
There's a
just a
pube.
thick gray pube handle.
And then I realized it wasn't a vag pube, the one from the ass.
Oh, Jesus.
It smelled like mustard and vinegar. It was darker at the root.
I might have to rescind my invitation now that I think about it.
Yeah, no, I have nowhere to go.
Come on.
Come over. All right, I'll take care of Jimmy while you're gone.
Will you take care of it? Will you take care of Jimmy, please? But you have to take good care of him. After his meal, he likes to relax and have a cup of coffee right away.
Okay. All right.
Coffee right away after his meal.
Can you shoot me an email with all the instructions?
Yeah, he likes to take a little nap and he'll sit there and he wants to get on his phone a little bit, watch a little TV, relax.
You just let him.
You let him, you don't talk. Hey, Jim, you want to just let him chill. And then
And I play with the
dessert.
baby. I talk to the baby.
Yeah, he talks to the kid. Max and him will just sit there in the chair and play. So you have your kid.
Right.
Let the kid, let Jim have the kid for a couple minutes.
Sam doesn't post a picture of his kid, but there was a great one. Did you at least show Bobby?
Yeah, I
of
will.
the, of
If
the
I were
boy.
to-
I'm working on the boy. I need to bond with the boy. Max
boy.
was easier. Although Max took a little few times too before he really took to me. The boy took to me after a while.
First time I gave him Max and he did chip, Max cried like I've never heard anybody cry. Oh my god! if you don't frame
terror.
that,
It's just there's a photo of Jim.
I would frame that. I would frame that in my house.
Would you?
this
Yeah,
is
it's
the
funny.
greatest photo I've ever seen. I gotta get. I think I have the same photo because kids, have they have amazing instincts.
Yeah, little
about
Edgar is
people.
sitting on his knee and just is looking straight at him as Jim has this big smile looking at the camera, and little Edgar is looking straight at him and just screaming in terror.
He literally couldn't be unhappier. If you had put his little toes in hot water, he'd be happier.
Both of his parents were in the room.
They were right there.
Nothing could go
and
wrong.
the dog to protect him was right there.
Right. Oh my God.
It was
Max loves Jim now.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good
Oh
boy.
my god, it's fucking ridiculous.
Do you
how much
hate
he-
it?
Huh?
Do you hate that?
No, I mean, because Jim's great with kids, man. Him and Max will play, and then after you have to have dessert. But you don't ask.
Oh.
Don't say, Jim, want this. You put stuff out.
Right.
Let him pick. Have a little healthy choice, but then have all the bad choices
Good
too.
treats, too.
Because he'll get the housey choice, but then he'll nibble like a little tiny cute rat on the other things. You look over, there'll be a little nibble out of a cookie.
Should I tell people like not to necessarily look at him or mention if he's getting some of the unhealthy treats? Like don't
No,
say,
no.
Don't bring it.
No,
Okay.
let him enjoy himself.
Okay.
Take a little nibble. Hey, okay, I'm just getting a little bite of that. No. Oh, what is that? Oh, is it good? It's probably good. All right, I'll have a little bite of that. Then he takes a little bite. Let him do his thing. He'll work his way around the desserts. And then have the coffee ready because the first cup goes quick. Second cup he wants again.
I like
Oh,
to have a
that's good to
second
know.
cup.
yeah,
Yeah.
second cup of coffee.
I did see he was over at the house over the weekend, and my wife had made cookies, and they were just on a plate, like you said, just
They were
put them out.
sopping wet cookies.
Yeah, well, they were like healthy cookies. They were made. There was no wheat or cookie. It was all
that sounds
banana and
fun.
peanut
They were
butter
good.
and and brown sugar. So Jim had like
Peanut butter, brown sugar, and banana? Mm-hmm. What are they, fucking feeding gorillas?
I mean, I don't eat them. I don't eat healthy stuff.
They were good.
But Jim had a piece of one.
Yeah.
They're very good.
And then he quickly after that ate 3.
Oh, yeah. Jim
Yeah,
will
so he
come in.
just had a
I'm just having a
nibble,
little bit.
and
But then he'll, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to
Yeah.
let him go. He's like a little cute rat. He'll come in, see if the coast is clear.
Right.
Take a little nibble, and then come back and suck them all down.
Right. He's the weak rat that
Yeah.
the rats
And
send
then-
out to see if it's poison.
And then he'll go, oh, fucking fat fuck I am.
Sure.
What a
And
fat slob. I
when
had
he-
fucking fat cunt. You got to let him do that and tell
Do you
him.
agree with him?
No, you say,
Yes,
you
you're
look
right.
fantastic, dude. What are you talking about? I wish I looked like you. You're doing great. And then he goes, I know, fuck it. And then if you see him on his phone, let him do his thing. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And don't be surprised if he brings, some chick with bleach blonde hair, or maybe a girl over. Let her come over too.
She can come too.
Yeah, let him come over.
Yeah,
Who
don't ask
cares?
age questions.
Yeah, don't ask. Yeah, don't ask. Don't ask any questions.
Hey, don't ask.
Right.
Do they know you're here? Who's your folks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if your kid and her have the same toy,
Right.
Just she forgets her toy, just keep it.
Right. Like if his date is like looking over at the little kids playing with toys and she
Yeah.
goes, what's that over there?
Yeah, and have a vegetable. Jim likes vegetables.
He does like vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, have
Person.
have an extra vegetable, like a healthy vegetable.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I'll
we can do
I'll-
that.
maybe- thank you. Maybe I'll do that for Thanksgiving.
And then we're gonna do dinner when we come back.
okay.
We're gonna do like a Thanksgiving dinner when we come back, but not. We're gonna do a big dinner, but not turkey and stuff like that.
Friendsgiving?
something else.
Italian. Don's meatballs,
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
palm, maybe some American chop suey, the greatest dish I've ever made.
That sounds like Friendsgiving.
Huh?
You ever heard of it's Friendsgiving, right?
I like it.
It's when you do Thanksgiving with your buddies. It's
I love it.
Friendsgiving.
That sounds
Face
fun.
hug.
Give him a face
I don't
hug.
want to do the
Face
I
hug.
did
Face
it
hug.
twice
Come on,
already
face
today.
Do a
hug.
third
One
face hug.
Come on. Love Friendsgiving.
Okay, all right.
That's when Bobby
He's touching my
Bobby's been
face.
giving face hugs. It's when people lean their forehead in, and he takes his hand and he just gently cups their forehead above the eye ridge.
Yeah.
And he gave one to Travis. Travis was extremely resistant to the face hug.
He was.
I don't know why.
He didn't like it.
He liked it after I did it, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did a
He
lot.
did. He warmed
Yeah,
up
you
to it.
can't not like a face hug. It's
Yeah.
almost like a hand hug.
Yeah, he didn't like it. Give him a hand hug.
Hand hug.
I don't.
Flat
It's when
up.
Bob. It's like a handshake.
You do a high five, hold it. It's a vertical handshake,
wanna
and then
do
you
it
take
anymore.
the thumb and you hug.
And your thumbs just rub.
But you have to go like this. Watch. This is
Yeah,
the key to
Sam,
a hand.
show me.
Hand
I don't
hug.
wanna-
Put it up.
show me,
And you have
babe.
to go hand hug and then hug.
Hand hug. Oh, hand hug. Hug.
Watch. Hand hug. And then hug.
How
I
is
see.
stupid Voss not on a train right now? You're in New York.
He doesn't take the train.
What a dope.
Where was he staying?
Literally.
Probably in the. I'm going to guess downtown. He
Oh,
must
so you
have
can
been.
go to the clubs.
He was actually at the Comedy Cellar. Noam did his podcast live from the table with that guy Burnham.
Oh, okay.
Last night came down and did the show. I'm interested to find. Voss actually went to it.
The guy who who wrote that shitty and inaccurate article about the Cellar.
Right.
Yeah.
The
He
one
went-
that says that the table, the comedy table at the Cellar is misogynistic and doesn't allow homosexuals and all that stuff.
And women. And it's funny, I named a bunch of women, and then after I left, I was like, oh, yeah, and I forgot there's like 5 other women I had forgotten who were always like, it was just an ill-informed article. It was,
Right.
it would be like literally if I wrote an article about the Comedy Store in L.A. and said, they don't allow Jews. Like, what, did you just say something? You wanted to say something, so you said it?
Right.
I was reading a lot of replies to his post on Twitter because he caught a lot of shit for that.
He should have. He was wrong.
And he obviously started backpedaling and saying that the table is a metaphor.
For what?
I don't know, but he just kept saying the table's a metaphor. I wasn't speaking about that table specifically.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see.
It's a metaphor.
I'm interested to see what he said last night.
Yeah,
Well,
because I think he realized he was. Oh, Rich, you went to. Voss just walked in
Late.
Well, yeah, late.
Late.
I guess. Can I get you something like a watch? Sit down, babe. Hammered.
What's going on?
I like your jacket.
Stop at the friendly banter. Get in the seat before I kiss you.
Listen,
give him a face hug.
Oh, come here.
Give him a face hug.
You want get a face hug?
Get off of me.
Rich won't give you a regular hug.
Nah, Voss, his autism is beginning to make him draining.
You look tired.
Draining.
So, Rich, talk. What happened last night? What did you go to the podcast?
Oh, at the cellar?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I went down there.
What
How
time
was
is it?
Can I speak to the host? What were you asking, sir?
What time was the
It
podcast?
started at 11, which is an irrelevant question. Would you like to ask about the podcast?
Here's why I asked you. I wanted to know if you went before or after our event.
I went after the event.
Well, now I
wouldn't
know
go
that.
before the fucking event because it started at 11 and our event started at 8.
Well, that's why I asked you what time it started. Because if you
At
said
11.
6 o'clock
At
podcast,
11.
then I would have known. So it was a
Although,
pertinent question.
To be fair to Rich, if it had happened before the event, we probably would have talked about it at the event.
Maybe not. He's stupid. Rich is stupid.
I'm not stupid. You're the stupid one. Good. You go. Do the
Why
happy
are you
people.
being so cunty? You walk in.
You are
having
in a
a
bad
good
mood.
time.
You're
You're
the one who won't take the train.
Face
that?
hugs.
You're the one who won't take the train.
He's cranky. He's tired and cranky.
Because he's
How
cranky.
many
He's had
times I
traffic.
had a hotel room, but I
How
didn't
are you
realize-
late?
The subway.
I came from fucking Westchester.
The
I was here
Bestchester.
10 minutes on before the show started.
Yeah.
You're down the street and you're
I
fucking
wasn't
late.
down the street. Let me explain
subway,
something to
I
you.
mean.
First of all, I don't have to answer to you, but I will because I like you.
It's called a radio show.
Okay.
Dummy, you do have to answer.
No, I don't
What,
have
are we
to
not
answer
going to
you.
fucking talk?
Okay.
What are we on a bus?
Huh? No, because
Huh?
there wouldn't be two of us. Here's what I'm saying.
Why?
I fucking...
That was
I
a
got
terrible
hotel.
joke, by the way.
What's that? I was a what?
Worst joke.
You said it wasn't a good joke.
No, you didn't get it.
But your
anyhow,
timing was good. Rich's timing, sometimes it's just the timing of what you say, but it didn't make any sense.
I got a hotel last night,
don't think
right?
so?
No, because Bobby goes, we're not on the bus. You could have said anything. Yeah, but your hat is backwards. And it still would have worked. It was the same timing.
Two of us.
Go ahead,
All
Rich.
right.
Go. Comment. Go ahead, Richie.
What happened was I got a hotel last night. I didn't realize it was all the way on 110th Street. So driving down fucking...
110th Street? You know 110th, I said.
110.
When can we
I
start
said
replaying
110.
stuff again?
Are we going to go through this? Do you
we
want
get
to
the
know about
rewind
the
function?
seller or
No.
why I'm late?
I
No,
want to
I
know
wanna know
both. We
how
have
the-
3 hours
you
to
were
talk.
You were on 10th Street.
110.
I was in
110.
Westchester, which is 17 more
Bestchester.
110 streets.
Yeah.
Okay? I was here on time. There's no fucking excuse.
I didn't know you wore glasses.
Take a
I
taxi.
I have to wear glasses.
No, I have my car.
I know that, but in this traffic, you're taking the cab.
And then
You
when
could've
I
took a
left my
subway.
car, I was on the street.
What about a subway?
Look at you fucking idiots. Which one? Okay, let me address him, all right?
Okay.
I park my car up there, and you could park it till 8:30.
I don't care. So the how
I'm
was
not
the
gonna
seller
take a
last night?
subway.
How was the seller?
Why would you take a subway?
Why?
Because he doesn't want to.
Why wouldn't I?
Yes.
Because my car was on 115th Street.
15?
110, I mean.
He did say
110?
100. He did say 115.
Is it
You're right, it was up there.
115th or 115?
115th with a TH.
This is
You would
TH.
put a TH at the end of it.
Of course you
generally.
would've.
Yeah.
I just want to teach Max right.
So the seller was 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, so I went to the cellar.
Cranky.
So I'm not cranky at all. I'm very.
You're a little cranky, dude.
He is
No,
cranky.
I'm driving in, and then the fucking what's his name? I'm at I'm at Comedy Connection in Rhode Island this weekend.
Yeah.
So he called me.
What'd he say?
And I nothing. So
Why'd you stay on 110th Street? Because that's way far away from here and even
Yes.
further away from the cellar.
Did you sneak a plug in?
Yes, you idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
Why did you stay on 110th Street?
Because that's where my hotel was. I didn't know. I did it on
That was just-
Priceline.
that's where his
I did-
fucking
you
cheap
go by
hotel
star.
was.
You go by stars. Not.
Is it you got
and
a
if
good
they're
rate?
and if yeah,
It was a decent.
Yeah,
rate.
everybody
It was
knows
a
that the best hotels are on 110th Street. That's,
That's
where
right,
all the
yeah.
stars stay. Yeah, I saw the Rock up there. Yeah, the Oscars. Everybody stays up there.
yeah, the fucking Airbnb in Washington Heights. You fucking
Make the
zilch.
news.
Yeah,
The
everybody-
Oscars are in L.A. Stupid.
Didn't you write for them?
Twice.
Shut up! I knew it.
I know you knew it. Is that your new hat?
No, it's my old hat.
Let
It's
me
a
see
Super
it.
Bowl hat from last year.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, what are you gonna do?
110th Street is not the best location.
No, it's
No,
not.
actually,
It's
was,
not.
I thought it
Not
was.
good.
I get out this morning.
There's
it's
Times
on-
Square
it-
stuff.
Listen, it was right on Central Park. It's on Riverside.
Doesn't matter. It's still a bad
It's
part
not
of
a
the
bad. I
way
looked at
up.
it. So when you say bad neighborhood, what do you say about how you? What do you
High
consider a bad
crime.
neighborhood?
I'm
High
not saying
crime.
bad
High
neighborhood.
crime.
I'm saying in terms of if you're got
what do
two
you say?
things, right? If you got the Hard Rock, if you've got Sirius XM,
Word 'em up.
and you've got the Comedy Cellar.
Three things.
That's three. 110th Street.
You're right,
Location wise is horrendous.
Okay, let me tell you. Quit acting so gay. When you're fucking.
What the
Jesus
fuck? You just
Christ,
accused him
you
of being
think
racist, and you were homophobic.
Yeah,
No,
very
I
How do you
quit
do that?
acting gay. If you're not, there's nothing wrong with being gay.
You just
but-
said quit acting
Yeah,
gay.
exactly.
Will you just let his internal monologue play out?
So
I think we're attacking Rich.
No,
I
it
think we need
doesn't
to back
matter.
up a
You can
little
all
bit.
Come at
Okay,
me at
okay,
once. I
you're
don't
right.
give a fuck.
You said on wrong.
No, I didn't. So
Why are you so cranky this morning?
I'm not cranky. I'm in a great mood. I
Usually
just want
it's-
coffee before I start
want
this
coffee, too.
fucking bootleg radio.
Don't interrupt
What-
me, cunt.
So
That scared me.
What was it? The diet?
No,
so
That's just mean, Rich.
I'm going to do what you're doing.
Stop.
Shut
What?
up.
Don't,
Get
don't,
out.
fuck.
You're gonna do
Don't
what he's
smash
doing?
me.
What?
No,
Hate your
I'm
own
Don't
not
guts?
try to
doing.
fucking bond
No.
with me. Fuck
no,
you.
I'm going to do what you're
Stop
doing.
pointing that
I'm gonna
fucking
do what
little
you're
raccoon
doing.
finger at me.
Oh,
Listen.
so and change the name to the podcast. I thought about it.
What?
Change the name to the podcast.
Listen, fuck that. Why?
Why do you have a cut under here?
Will you stop asking just random questions?
That's what you're doing.
I want to know.
110th Street is just so far away.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
I
that
texted his
it's
wife to come on
horrible.
the Chip podcast. She's probably doesn't even text back.
She probably
Why?
doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, well,
Oh
it's
no,
just-
she said she wants to do it.
I don't think
And
so.
She goes, listen to
course
me.
not.
I'm telling you, she's a fucking scatterbrain.
I don't care. I tried to get Voss on. He's like, well, you can do it on a Tuesday. I'm like, we don't always tape on a Tuesday.
Well, no, I said I'm in town. Look, I don't know what days you tape.
stammering.
You tape on Thursday,
But you
right?
might as
Usually
well have
Thursday.
stayed in Jersey
Okay,
if you're going to
Thursday.
stay on 110th Street. It's right by
Exactly.
the bridge.
Yes, you could've
might
got
as
a
well just
fucking-
stay
I don't
in-
live in North
Yeah.
Jersey. I would stay.
got a hostel in
Tunnel if I
Secaucus.
was going to stay somewhere.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I would stay
I
by the
see.
bridge.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's
Yeah.
no reason to stay in Manhattan on 110th Street. It doesn't make any sense.
There's quite a
You might as well
reason.
just stayed at my house.
I
Right,
couldn't
Westchester.
think-
You got
I
here
would just
quicker,
go
right?
home to my house.
But
Your
why
house
made it
is
on
further
time?
than mine, almost, huh?
You would have made it on time. Yeah,
How
if
was
you
the
just come from
podcast last
Jersey.
night?
Okay, what's that?
Who was on? It was Guy.
Okay, so I
No.
get there.
Yep.
It's Guy and Rick Chrome,
Okay.
Natterman and Noam. It's our podcast, obviously. Adrian,
Appaloochie.
yes.
Who's Adrian?
She's very
uh,
funny.
very funny comic.
Very great writer. And really. And then Modi was sitting there, no mic in front of him. So I sat down, but I didn't have a mic. And I'm listening. And fucking Noam is just brilliant. I mean, he did go to law school and he's smart.
A very
He's
smart guy.
Very
One of the
fucking
smartest.
smart. Yes.
And funny.
Yeah.
Funny like his father.
Yes.
Really
great.
is.
Oh, good. When you open a club, hire him. So, fucking. So they're going back and forth.
By the way, just for anyone who's just tuning in, Rich does not like when other people are complimented.
No, you don't. Is that right?
Why is that?
I complimented him
Why?
first.
'Cause he's
I
the kind-
complimented him first.
I know, but you don't like when other people compliment him because that's a compliment that could have went to you.
But he will swing
I
it
know.
back to him if he can.
Always.
Last,
Oh.
we were in the car last
Thank
night.
you.
We were talking about something about somebody else, and somehow it became him about him.
Yeah,
again.
I know.
Yes.
It's blinding narcissism.
It's blinding.
It's great,
but he's
No,
really funny.
No, it's not blinding. I know
But
I'm
you are.
doing it. I know I'm doing it.
Okay. So all right. So Noam and
It's a choice.
Yes.
so Guy. Okay. So what happens?
What happens?
Yeah. I mean,
They're talking, and Noam's trying to get him. Look, you made false accusations. It's not a metaphor when you're going after the club
Right.
and using specific names.
That's right.
And the guys back there saying it's an opinion piece, an op piece.
Yeah.
So. And Noam's just going, look, all you got to do is apologize, and we can move on. So the guy's backtracking. He did say a couple things like, well, I did rewrite two things about the instead of no gays at the table, sometimes
1%. 1%.
but there's but how many openly gay comics are there that come there? Like
Well, one's talking now.
but the point was there's not that many people that are in this. It's not like they're banned from the table, and to have to say, well, they're not welcome there. They are welcome there.
Well,
it's a
and then
lie to say they're not.
Then he also brought up, and he was stretching on this. He said, well, how many transgender comics?
stop it.
And then Noam's like, how many are there? And Noam said, look. And this is where I got, Noam said something, he was saying things like, well, this whole Louis thing, why didn't comics or club owners come? First of all, I go, one, we're not cops. We're not snitches. Second of all, we don't know the truth. Rumors are. So we're not going to police, and especially a club owner is not going to police every comic's personal history or life. Now, if a comic came into the cellar and started harassing a waitress or some staff,
right,
that's where the club owner steps in.
Or else, why doesn't he go and yell at the Rainbow in L.A. because they were loud musicians who had domestic violence? Like, shut up.
And I also said, why didn't you go after the cellar, not after the store? you live in L.A., why not the store?
There's no table there.
Huh?
There's a big hang in the back.
Yes,
though.
yeah.
They all sit in the back.
Not only that, it's a big hang out front, too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
right, yeah.
or there's 3 hangs there. But anyhow, it's still, he's saying, well, the Cellar is the most popular club, probably because of Louis.
This is what happens when people just can't admit they're wrong. Like, the bottom line is, you said something about the Cellar, because, again, there's not as many gay comics there, but anyone who's gay who worked there was welcome there. And I've said this before, we knew things, like, we knew Wanda was gay years before she came out. Yeah. Wanda would go in there with her partner. Nobody was never anything but love for Wanda. Never, or anyone who's been gay that we've known that no one else knows. People have, they've been treated well. No one has ever said, "Oh, God, you fat." It's just not the way we think. It's never been an issue for anybody at the table.
And if there was transgender comedians, we'd love to have.
I'd be on tour with one. But there aren't. There's Jay McBride in Albany. There's just not that many.
She's
trans
in LA
comics.
now.
Oh, she's in LA. Yeah, she's funny,
hilarious.
There's just not that many trans comics.
And what did I? Now I lost. Fuck! I lost what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. There's a million things that he was back, and he was so pro women. He's sitting up there going, he's saying pro women this, pro women that. And I never knew anything, too, about Louis. I never once paid attention to those rumors about. I didn't pay attention. Because, listen.
What did Guy do? What did he do about it?
Listen.
Were you on Twitter bashing? Maybe he was. I don't know.
Well, and the other thing is, too,
he's been doing it 3 years. He's been trying to fight this battle.
Yeah, what did he do? I know what he said. He said, how many gay headliners are working the road? And so I named a name or two. I named one name, and he goes, well, he's not out. And I thought he was out.
But we know who he's gay. He's at the table.
But I said to this guy, how many? First of all,
he outed somebody.
No, I didn't.
You said a name.
I said a name, but he has a book where I'm 80% sure he said he was gay in his book. But I'm not going to say his name now because he might.
So there's a 20% chance that you added somebody.
But chances are you read it wrong.
Yeah. So I
said he worked in the Gap, and Rich was like, he's gay?
Club owners don't. How much do you pay him to laugh? Club owners.
Fuck you. That was funny.
It was funny.
Shut up.
Club owners don't care if you're gay. Whatever, as long as you sell tickets, they don't give a fuck on the road. No one's discriminating against gay. Vinny wouldn't go, "Oh, he's gay, he's not working here." You know what I mean?
Just a minute ago, you told me to stop acting gay.
You did, Rich.
Well, I didn't say you were trying to work clubs, though.
Oh, that's true. All right, no, that's true.
Call me, pretend I'm a club.
What does
owner.
that mean? Well, being a headliner is not something that you are given. That's something you earn.
Yes,
it's not something
and
that
you
people
will someday.
And because there's not a lot of openly gay comics, maybe there should be more. But that has nothing to do. He didn't write about a male attitude in comedy. He wrote about the Comedy Cellar specifically, and he was simply wrong. And sometimes in life, you got to admit, you know what? I got caught up in a moment, and I was wrong.
Well, but now they're actually starting to say Louis type comedians need to go. That's what they're saying now.
Redheads?
No, that man talking about sex or women or that type of thing has to go.
What that is that's because what happens
censorship.
No, but what happens with a guy like Louis, they always want the story to keep going. People just want more for the story. So with a guy like Louis, you have hours and hours of stand-up material. You have radio appearances. All these things you can now pick apart. When most people get accused of this shit, there's not a bunch of stuff for you to pick apart. But when it's a comedian, there's hours of talking and material. You go, look at this thing. Look at that thing. He said. So it just perpetuates the story and keeps it going.
Acting. Well,
of course I was doing. That wasn't really a person.
That day when he
in that situation,
that day when he wrote the article. That day when he wrote the artitle, like I also said in my comment.
That had nothing to do with anything.
Everything that day. Everything that day.
Nope. Just brings it back to him.
Absolutely.
I see.
No, because I'm going to give a theory. I'm going to give a theory. Everything that day pretty much was written about Louis that you could write that day.
Exactly. That day, people just wanted to jump in and weigh in.
They wanted
that's my point. So he's going, well, how can I stand out? Or how could I, give to this fucking ridiculousness?
It was not how can I stand out? It's like, here's an opportunity to something that I hate, which is the table, the boys club. Now I can finally attach onto this fucking rocket. I can just throw onto it and write my stuff and have people hear the what I think, all the clicks he got, it's almost horse shit.
No, but I'm sure people don't like.
And it had nothing to do with Louis. Had nothing to do with.
He's
Louis.
getting a lot more. He's getting a lot worse. I think he's probably getting a lot worse.
I said it way better. I said rocket ship.
Man, Sam, did I fucking say?
But mine was better though.
Voss is looking at you like, are you just repeating what I just said?
Yeah, but the way Voss said it was fucking not as good.
It sounded a little bit more insightful the way you said it.
Rocket ship.
It was
If I wanted
technically
to
the
do a
same thing.
documentary, then I would have said it like him.
Right.
I try to keep it tight because this is a radio show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Two Dummies.
And me.
Yeah, he's.
I can't stand him. I really can't. I hope you fucking.
So that thing, 8 hours on. I'm going to try it.
Your whispering is enraging.
How do you have a cross-side conversation like we're on a fucking train that you won't take? There's a mic in front of you. We're on a fucking show.
I know. I'm going to try that diet you're on. No one cares.
Where do you get those sweatshirts?
Will you stop asking me questions?
You know what, dude?
So
Bobby makes them.
Fucking old.
What happened?
Cocksucker?
What happened by the end of this podcast? Like, where did we leave things?
Keith got thrown out of the table.
No, he did not. That would be great. God damn it.
So I brought up a situation which I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
But
What kind of situation?
how he's so pro women and pro gay. I know a lady completely attacked, blindsided, and he kind of worked his way out of that. And
What do you mean?
He attacked them?
Verbally attacked him in a situation that they didn't know.
Okay.
And on his game show, whatever. Live
okay.
And it was live in South by Southwest. I don't know if it was filmed.
This is the guy who wrote the article.
Yeah,
The comedy
and he hosts
seller
a
article.
game show that I never seen. I just know a person that went on, did him and True TV a favor, and he verbally threw her under the bus like she was an open micer.
Right.
10 times more credits than him. And matter of fact, even while it was happening, Janine Garofalo stood up in the audience and goes, "This is a travesty. What are you doing?" And he said, "Shut up, Janine, and sit down." Okay, so he's not the nicest.
No, everybody, we should all do that show. Is it True TV? Is that where his show's on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all do that show.
But you're saying he embodies some of the personality that he's bashing.
Yes.
Like you're doing your show.
Stop 1 second. I want to talk to this fucking Dutch asshole who doesn't get sarcasm.
It really doesn't.
I go, we should all do that. He goes, why? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
He doesn't.
No, I'm gonna go.
But that's autism.
I'm sorry.
I want you to
autism.
stay. I want you to stay.
He's autistic.
More like that if he's gonna go.
Okay, one more time.
He's
One more
autistic.
time.
He is. He's autistic. The literal interpretation of the words is autistic.
Did you get that?
Hold on,
Did
shut
you
up.
get that?
Like before, when you said you should all come with me, I said you said on wrong, and you go, no, I didn't.
I heard that.
Yeah, you know,
I did fully pick up on that.
yeah,
Let's get some coffee in here.
that is true. Rich did ask for coffee. What do you want in your coffee?
It's coming.
Baby
okay.
Nico.
Oh,
Bring Rich
they went to
some
the
coffee.
kitchen. Okay.
Milk and a Splenda.
Yeah, Nico wanted to get it.
So
Listen.
I brought that up with him, and then I brought it up with him after the show, and he said, I sent that person an apology, which is not true, probably.
Well, maybe it is. All right,
No, it's
but-
not. I know
Okay.
for a fact.
Okay.
I love how quickly he got there, though, which is not true. Probably, definitely. Well, it could. No, I know for a fact it's
Yes,
not true.
thank you.
He has to admit he wrote an ill-informed article. He got caught up in a moment and wrote an article that was ill-informed.
The
All
thing
right.
that he should take from this is that we all fuck up. We're all crazy. We do fucked up
Yes,
shit.
and some of us
you
might
don't
be gay.
need-
What?
Some of us,
Yeah.
some of us might be.
What?
Some of us might dabble.
Some of us.
Go ahead, say it. It'll feel good. Spit it out.
Say it.
It'll feel good, Rich.
What were you gonna say, Rich?
I didn't
yes.
have anything.
Yes. Go ahead. Spit it out. You'll feel better.
I didn't have anything.
Let's just go with the instinct that some of us.
You're 60. You'll feel better.
If I
I want you to get a haircut too. I fucking hate
I'm
your
getting
Paul
one
Newman.
today.
It's
Cool
free.
Hand Hook for Luke. Fucking Cool Hand Hook. Fuck, I messed up. Cool Hand Luke. God damn, it was too wordy. I knew it was too wordy.
Cool Hand Hook is a good movie.
Ooh, she named this episode Cool Hand Hook.
Should we?
Wow, he's jolly.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
So
it's almost shocking. Why? What?
No, I didn't. Did Guy apologize by the end of the podcast?
Not really, and that's what Noam got upset. He wouldn't. He said I retracted one or two things or rewrote them.
He doesn't
but
want
he didn't apologize.
Who cares if he apologizes? He's saying,
oh, here's another
he's
thing.
wrong and he's ill-informed.
Noam said, you know what? I don't discriminate. Do you want to go on now? On stage.
Wow.
And he said, no, I don't want to do that.
Why?
Noam goes, I'm giving you an opportunity. If you do well, then you're in. And you can see that it doesn't matter to me if you're, you know.
So you offered him a spot at the Comedy Cellar, which, by the way, comics go in there fucking panic-stricken that they won't be able to get two guys to recommend them. It's not easy to get an
for
audition.
years. They'll hang out for over years.
So he got offered an audition, a legit one in front of the
Right there.
audience, not in front of the audience that was listening to the pod, just in front of the audience downstairs.
Yes.
Because people should know they taped the podcast upstairs, so it's not like the audience was listening to
And
it.
they wouldn't introduce him as, hey, this is the guy that wrote the
no, he
article.
was
It's
not
just
saying-
a comic.
It's kind of for me, Bobby, you. If they said go on, we're ready to go on because we're comfortable there.
He didn't go on.
He didn't go on.
Why?
I don't. I think in his head, he knew everybody upstairs was kind of coming at him, so he probably was in that state of mind where I don't know.
They
I don't
offer
know
you a
why.
spot at the club that
Yes.
you've said is a certain way, and you can go on downstairs
Right.
as a
Yes.
gay comic, and like if you're good, you'll get passed.
Yeah.
This shitty wrong article you wrote, they're actually willing to go ahead, go on stage, and if you're good, you can come here and work. And you
Most
wouldn't-
clubs would ban you, never talk to you
Yeah.
again. Anybody
Yeah.
you're social, fuck all you got. This guy, come down, talk to me, have a conversation, let's do dialogue, and here's a spot at my club.
Yes,
That's fucking crazy.
At one of the biggest clubs in the country. It's between them and a Comedy Store.
Right, we don't need your stats.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just say the biggest, one of the biggest. We get
I
it.
know, between them and the stores in LA.
Well, because I think
Well,
he
then
should have
there's-
wrote that article. He should have thrown the store into that article.
He could have
'Cause
just said
he-
the biggest comedy
No,
club,
because
right?
in
It'd been
that
really
article,
easy.
in that
He
article,
wants to make sure that he doesn't get to the store. They don't go, how come you didn't say us too? They'd be like, no, I met you guys.
You
Yeah.
did get in trouble though.
No,
with
let
stuff
me
like that
explain some
before.
because he linked another article to it, and in that article he linked. Bobby was named. I think you.
I was
Keith.
named?
In the article. He linked to it in the New Yorker. He linked the article from the New Yorker about the cellar.
Yeah.
So now he's bringing our names into this. So people are going to go, well, if they're involved at this table, they're sexist, they're homophobe. So
He
You are a
got
little
mad at me
bit
on
of a-
Twitter one time. I think so. I've used the word faggot. Never like in a nasty way against a gay guy. And it's like, go fuck yourself, you word cop. Shut up.
What did you say? I forgot to pay last night.
But just to me, like one of these fucking what do they say? One of these guys that like will create a demon just to slay it.
Yeah.
Like one of those guys. And it's like, if you think I'm homophobic or transphobic, you're just an ill-informed person.
Do you have any idea what's going on when you're not tweeting?
Do you know
Yeah,
much, you know how much
you know
money
how
you
you-
put into the trans community? but you literally bought fucking homes, cars,
But just to say-
vacation
but
houses,
just to say
medicine, wigs.
Just to say that is just so stupid. He's so fucking.
Before Norton, the girls had to use the same wig for 6 months. Now they got a fucking rainbow of wigs. Yeah, it's
So, yeah,
stupid.
good for him that he got
I've
smashed.
actually done a podcast upstairs at the
Where?
comedy.
Whose?
Upstairs with all trans women. It was
you really?
Yeah, it was fucking five trans
I remember
women.
when they came downstairs after it.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
Just ill-informed. I keep saying that, but just a guy who doesn't know what he's talking about, who wants to sound like he knows. what he's talking
There was some guy on the phone earlier that was theorizing that Voss had maybe come in late on purpose for the attention.
you know what? I did see that. Did you want the attention when you walked in late? It's
'Cause it
okay.
seemed like-
Oh, now.
Listen,
Yeah, there you go, right there. I had Colin Quinn on, of course. We tried to get Norton; he was busy. Bailey J, Jamie
Sue Lightning.
Sue
He
Lightning.
must have been really busy.
Huh? Yeah.
When was
Did you
that?
miss that room?
Yeah, where was I? Was I at a wake?
It sounds like a birthday present. Surprise! I think you were out of town.
Did I owe 6 of them money?
But yeah, did you come in late on purpose for the attention?
Let me
you want some
listen
attention?
to me. I knew whenever I
face
come
hug?
in here, it's going to be the exact same thing. I was stuck in traffic, and I didn't have to leave unpark my car. I have to get up an hour early before I leave so I can go to the bathroom. It takes an hour, about within an hour to kick in. So I don't want to leave the hotel.
Go to the bathroom here.
Once you shit
Because what if I was in my car? I can't. Once it's hit,
Well,
there's only about a 2-minute window.
Does Bonnie and your daughter hate when they're in a hotel and you have to shit? You just ruin the bathroom.
Well, in my house, I could be. Our bathroom is off in my bedroom. One of them, off to the bedroom, which I'm sure. So I'll hear, "Oh my God," and I love it.
Do you get embarrassed?
And then I'll leave the door open on purpose.
When you're done,
it stinks so bad.
You don't mind?
No, I try to get my daughter to come in and close the door on her.
Is that every morning? Like you're good to go like every morning within an hour after waking up?
Yeah, because I'll if you take Citrusol the night before, drink Citrusol or Metamucil, which is good for your digestive system, and then I have a window, and then
throw yourself out.
What's that?
Well,
He said you should throw yourself out of it.
this is why he doesn't wear fucking headphones, and it bugs me because you have to repeat shit. What's that? You gotta stop with the no headphones. Just put the headphones on so we don't have to repeat the jokes.
Start with the headphones.
What?
Instead of saying you got to stop with the no headphones, make it a positive. You got to start with the headphones. You know what I mean? Why so
But it
negative?
is enraging because you can't hear half the time.
enraging.
Yeah, you should put your
We're all
headphones on.
That's why I put this hat on so I can wear headphones.
Take the hat off.
So take the dumb hat off.
Are you fucking stupid? I said that's why I wore this hat.
All right.
Not a
But
fucking.
there's no headphones on you.
Yeah.
So you're saying I wore this for
I
that.
don't
and
give a
there's
shit if
Time to settle in.
Who cares if
50
you have,
minutes.
It's 20 minutes, 30 minutes in.
And who are you trying to keep your hair neat for?
Exactly. What do you-
well, you're right.
What?
My hair looks good, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It's fucking. It's all out of place. It looks like shit.
Terrible.
It looks like a fucking
looks
Brillo
horrible.
pad.
The only thing worse is the emptiness under it.
Isn't that where brains
we're
are?
supposed to laugh at that.
That's good. Yeah, because it's a good joke.
Yeah. Because there's brains under your hair, right?
Yeah, a whole bunch of them.
All right. Yeah, I have my headphones
That's
on.
better. Do
Does
you,
that sound
can you
better?
What's
hear?
that?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Vosh, you can't hear. Are you losing your hearing?
What?
Are you, oh,
No,
Vosh.
I'm not losing my hearing.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
You've been saying what a lot.
Because I like
Last
it.
night on stage when I was watching you, first of all, the Ron Bennington Thanksgiving, one
my
of
God.
the funnest fucking
Amazing.
things I've ever.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I can't believe how funny.
I can't see. It's hard to talk.
Unbelievable.
It's hard to talk with headphones on.
Yes.
Well, take it off your mouth.
Why is it hard to wait a minute? Why is it hard to talk with headphones on?
Doing two things at once.
Okay, there you go.
He's so good, Ron. He carried that fucking show from beginning.
Well, listen, he had fucking the funniest guys walking.
He had 10 funny people on the stage with him. You stop at your low self-esteem.
yeah,
Ron was
stop try-
great, and the whole show worked.
Yeah, stop
It's not
trying to-
low self. I'm
Shut
saying
up.
that somebody was good.
He's trying to be a sidekick.
He really is.
Listen,
To who, Dennis?
it was. No, I wish I was. Ron is great, of course, but that was the show he put together, and the fucking fans. We haven't done that since
Yeah.
O&A days.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was so cool to see the Hard Rock like full.
And
Full
even
again.
though in 8
Yeah.
days it was only first level.
Yeah, towards the end there, it was starting
Towards
to
the
get
end,
light.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's starting to
right.
get light.
He was on the stairs.
Yes.
Bennington
It was
is Bennington is that big now. I mean, that was pretty. I was like a fucking man. I was sold the fuck out.
Yeah.
Your street joke was so fucking funny.
Oh.
It was so fun. Tell it now.
Thanks, man.
Not you, Chip. You tried to steal my
You
fucking
can't don't
street
tell
joke.
it now because the show hasn't.
No,
aired.
he can tell the.
I
Oh,
know.
you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And then
ruin it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Show was unbelievable. The was it the dating game you guys played?
No, the newlywed game.
Yeah.
The newlywed game with shows was fucking hilarious.
It was so
Yeah.
fun.
I can't believe how funny because those things, those might not go. You know,
This was
well.
all ad libbed.
God, and Artie didn't show up.
I know Bonnie, right when he didn't show up, the first thing Bonnie says was, "Hope he's not dead."
Well, Ron, that's what Ron said because I came out as Artie, and
Yeah.
Ron goes, "If he's dead, this is going to be bad."
It was Artie and Anthony, me and Sam, Bonnie and Rich, and then Dan and Jay from
Couples.
Yes,
The Bonfire.
From the bonfire. It was really a funny show.
Yeah.
Really funny show.
Yeah.
And before it, there was a street joke thing where a lot of the comedians went up and told it. Florentine was there. His kid was there. It was really, really fun, man.
Big
Yeah.
A.
Big A. Oh, Big A can't. What
Black girl.
Did they go on stage and tell a joke?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see. I was in the back.
Ian Finance came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Rich? You were about to say something.
What are you gonna say?
What were you gonna say, Rich?
What's wrong?
Oh, no,
Are you
no.
okay?
What are you gonna
What
say?
the fuck was that?
Are you okay?
What happened?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Is that what
I
happens
need
when you
coffee.
forget?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Where's baby Nico with Rich's coffee?
I don't know.
Yeah, what the? Is that the kid that walked in? The
Little
little
baby
kid?
Nico with the
Where
mustache.
is he? We asked him an hour ago to get. He's probably getting the food too.
He was already gone to Starbucks when Rich asked.
I don't
So
want
he-
Starbucks.
Roland sent him
Oh,
to
they had
Starbucks.
the comedy jam last too.
Oh,
After
that's what I was going to say. You guys didn't stay for that.
No.
It's
I've
it's
done
so
it.
much fun.
I heard
I did it in
Mateo's a really
I did
good
it in
singer.
Montreal.
I don't know who
Who
else
did you
did it.
sing?
I didn't. I played drums. So in Montreal, I played the drums. Yamanika
Oh.
sang before me, which was
good.
She
Yeah.
was insane.
Can she sing?
Dude, she there's a video of it on the YouTube, I think. Yamanika at Just for Laughs with the Comedy Jam was a fucking, because I never seen it.
What'd she sing?
CeeLo Green song. Fucking killed it. Big J killed it.
He killed it last
I went up and
night.
played
Can
the
he
drums.
sing?
I did the AC/DC
He's
song.
pretty good.
It was the funnest thing I've ever done. You should do it. You
Gail
should-
killed it. Gail killed
Gail.
it.
I love
and
Gail.
Mateo.
Mateo.
He was an opera singer. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
I've never seen him sing. I hear he's amazing though.
Fucking, it was unbelievable.
Mateo
And-
Lane, his name is.
Yeah,
Mateo Lane,
and he's a really good comic.
I've never seen him do stand up.
Yeah, because we have him on our show all the time.
Oh,
on,
he must be good.
No,
Stop fucking saying everybody's great.
I didn't say that about you yet. So
Yeah, name one comic that's not great.
Don't do head movement on radio, dummy.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but
Just say it.
no, because it's part of the show.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if
You already
Ron
outed
wants it as a
somebody today.
surprise.
The surprise. This is a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a surprise?
At the end of the comedy jam, they had a special guest who's actually a real musician.
Fucking killed
I can give you a hint. I've bombed in front of him the worst I've ever bombed in my life. In front of that person. That famous person. That's a little hint.
Jesus, he's
What's his
10
name?
years worth of
What's his
audiences?
name? What's his name? Public?
Yeah, it was Johnny Q Public.
I'll do it, Rich. I don't bomb. I don't know.
No, that's not his name.
I don't bomb. That's not his name. Yeah, it was really good. And you know, Mateo's. Let me tell you something about Mateo.
Tell me.
His,
Go ahead, Bob.
Tell me,
School us.
Bobby.
Go ahead, Bobby. Take
Greatest-
us to school.
greatest ass I've ever seen on a
It's
man.
what Bonnie said when he was on stage last night.
Mateo Lane's ass. I can't. I told my wife. I go, Mom. I just want to touch it. I just want to see it.
So ask him.
I did. I
He's
asked
a
him
good
last
guy.
night. He said no.
Why?
I don't know. He's just
Bonnie, I'm on stage. Bonnie
intimidated.
goes, look at his ass.
You got to see his ass. Mateo, not Nathan Lane. Mateo Lane.
He wrote
That's the
Nathan
worst
Lane.
ass I've ever seen. Yeah, Mateo
He
Lane.
also spelled Mateo Matao.
That's a hard name.
I
Come
wouldn't
on,
know how to
cut some
spell
slack.
Mateo.
Nobody's gonna have to fucking spell.
Troy is
Mateo.
not exactly blowing the doors off a university, but I wouldn't know how to spell
Mateo
it.
Lane. Type in Mateo Lane nude.
So, like a week after everything with Louis
I don't see
C.K.,
him nude. Let's hear
you
him
went
sing.
up to Mateo Lane and asked if you could touch his ass. Like,
doing
you
that.
just waited a week after Louis.
Oh, would I
and-
love that to be a scandal.
God,
You got to have power to have a scandal.
look at that. Look, he's shredded.
What are you doing, man?
He's gay?
The guy on the left. He's gay.
I mean,
Yes, and he's out gay.
what are we just talking about how good looking like
I want to hear him sing.
comic is? Like,
Yeah, can we, please. I've dealt with that my whole career. It's embarrassing.
just a good looking guy, I guess? Is that we're just commenting on this dude's
Hey, why don't
body?
you back off, cock blogger?
Just saying, it's just a
Yeah.
weird turn for the conversation to
singing.
take.
Mateo Lane, and he's going to sing for us, and he has an amazing singing voice. That actually comes out of your mouth. Yeah. give me your go from Liza to Mariah to Britney.
Again with pizzazz and pizzazz because
Can we have him just singing? I don't know what he's doing, but he's making that Mariah Carey thing is pretty amazing. I can't do that.
You can make that noise when one's entering you.
Try it. I bet you.
That was a good one.
What'd he say?
He said, "You can make that noise if he was entering you."
Yeah, of course I would. You he can sing. It's just not good audio.
Yeah.
We can't find good audio, but he's obviously a great singer. I mean, if everyone knows he's a good singer, he's a good singer.
He was an opera singer.
You got to do the comedy jam next time it comes into town.
So I can't sing. I would
you
love
don't,
to
you
do
don't
that.
have to be able to sing.
You got to sing. Be able to sing a little
bit, dude. I can't do it at all.
I've seen people go up and they just fucking do an AC/DC song. Anybody can sing AC/DC.
No,
Anybody can. Yeah, you can.
I saw the guy who runs it last night. I liked him. Almost anybody can.
Yeah, not everybody.
I can't do that.
Yeah, not everybody.
Just try that.
No, see,
What is
That's
that?
actually very good,
I
Rich.
see.
I try it again. You gotta get deeper.
Do say this word.
Hell's Bell.
No, not good.
That's not good.
No.
Nope, you can't do it.
Give me another.
See,
That's actually really good, Rich. I like it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I can do it.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
What about like?
Way to hell.
That doesn't sound like
Not at all.
AC/DC. Rich, you try.
Hold on.
Take the gum out of your mouth.
He's got to stick it up in his
You gonna
gums.
spit your teeth out?
No, because I'm off. 8 hours I can.
What? Go ahead.
Okay, go
Sing
for
it again. What did I'm on the
Yeah.
what?
I'm on a highway to hell.
That's not good.
No.
That doesn't sound like that band. That actually was really. It started really
Wait, let me
good.
try it again.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Just spit the gum out.
Spit the gum out.
No, no.
Spit at Bob's hat. And then he picks it up.
Of course he does, because he's a fucking savage from Jersey.
Go ahead.
Okay.
By the
I'll
way,
do it
that's
again.
you've been chewing your gum too long. If you throw it and I hear it from across the room and it hits something,
Same thing with cum.
oh, who would throw it?
Okay,
Are you ready?
Rob,
Here we
you
go. I'll go. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm on a highway to hell.
Not good.
no,
not good.
I want to see his head
Not
explode.
good.
Go ahead, Rich. Go.
I'm on a highway to hell.
That was actually very good.
Wait a minute.
That sounded much better.
Wait a minute.
I thought it was actually really great.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We can sing together if
All
you
right, let's
like.
try it again. Ready? One. Wait. Stop.
This is gonna be really great.
1, 2, 3. I'm on a highway to hell.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
That was really cool. That sounded like
It
AC/DC.
was really, I thought it was them.
Yeah, me too.
I thought somebody was playing the record.
Yeah.
AC/DC in
stereo.
Yeah,
I can
that
do
was-
Neil Young, but see, that's not. You can't do.
You
like
can
Neil.
like what's
Yeah, you
what's
could
your-
also do it down.
Babu.
What's your favorite Neil Young song that you can do?
After the Gold Rush.
How
Can
does
I
that
please
sound?
hear it? I love that song. That's one of my
need the
favorite songs.
word. Isn't it a great song?
I'll give you
All
the
right,
words.
Troy, pull up the words
Here we go.
on your computer. We'll
Yeah.
get it right on this monitor. Rich, if you
It's
wanna-
going to take me a second to come, to get in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bring it up here.
Here.
I'll
No,
do it.
bring
for
it
you.
up on that because he can't read. He can't hear
sorry.
or read.
I can put my glasses on.
No, you can use
Put
the
your
big
glasses on,
monitor.
it's fine.
Okay, whatever.
What song you doing?
What song do you want?
After the Gold Rush.
After the Gold Rush.
Do you want the song
Or
playing?
Our House. Either
No,
one.
I like
do it.
In the
acapella.
middle
Like
of
acapella?
the street. That's a good song, right?
No, do Our House.
That's yeah.
Our house. Okay, so
No, after the Gold Rush.
After the Gold
God.
Rush. After the Gold Rush.
I could do both.
Raging.
What is that?
That's actually Mateo's sister, who is, I mean, one
What
of
does
the
she do?
She's a bodybuilder.
Let me see.
One of the hottest girls.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Would he hook me up with her?
So, no, she just got married.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, last ridicule me.
Look at. Oh,
She got a lovely figure.
oh,
Okay,
she's
Rich.
beautiful.
I need you to focus on the song.
Do
know what
you
I mean?
really?
Yeah, I need you to get into the spirit of things.
All right, you gotta sing into the mic too, Rich.
Yeah.
Where's the music? Should we have a little music for it so you can sing it?
Do you want like?
What do you think, Rich?
Because
What's-
we don't have the karaoke.
We don't have the karaoke version. Is there a
It's okay,
karaoke?
I could start it and then
No.
just, then Rich can just take over.
Okay, good idea. Just to get him into
Maybe
the mood.
start it nice and low. though.
I've sung this on my podcast, so I'm.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, good for you.
Good.
All right, let's go.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knight in armor call, saying something about a queen. There were peasants singing and drummers drumming, and the archer split a tree. There was a fanfare blowing to the sun that was floating on the breeze. Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. How good was that?
That was excellent. That was excellent.
Really good. I was worried you were going to suck.
I like that even when he's singing, he says "duh" instead of "the."
Yeah.
Duh.
And that was a great. That was a good falsetto voice.
That was.
Wasn't that good? Didn't I carry a note?
It sounded like Neil.
Sure.
Neil Young.
Where you carried it and threw it off a fucking ledge.
That joke followed it. I could do our house too. I could really do our house.
Should we do it?
Yeah, we might as well. Real
I want to
quick.
hear that.
Let's hear our
I
house.
feel like singing this morning.
All right. I feel like hearing you sing. It's beautiful. In the
I'd
morning.
rather, you know.
You want to stand up?
Yeah, when I sing, I usually stand.
Okay.
Oh, good. Stand up, babe.
Are we making sure
That's not
that
it.
these are
No, that's the different
in the right
version.
position?
Yeah, that's
These
not it.
cameras.
That's madness. Our house. That's a different.
No, that's not it.
I know. It's not just-
Yeah, we want Neil Young.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock this out of the park.
I bet you
The
are.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash song? Neil Young doesn't have a
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Let's get the wrong guy he named.
It's okay. It's tough. It's tough to remember everything.
It is.
There's a karaoke version on YouTube.
Let's hear that.
That would be
I-
great.
I don't
Yeah.
need the background. Oh,
Want to play it, Travis? Or should I?
It's on YouTube.
What are you doing? What are
He's
you
getting
doing?
the mic out. He wants to hold the mic.
Yeah, you got it, Rich?
professional.
Okay, yeah.
You have to unwrap it.
And are the cameras, are they going to pick him up if he's standing there?
I'll sit down.
No. You're
can
better
sit.
standing.
No,
No, whatever you want. But are is the camera on, voice, by the way?
Yes, that one's on.
Okay,
Well.
great. Hold on, Rob's coming.
Yeah, why don't you stand
This
up?
way you can be free. We can have we should capture it because you can hold it.
Here. Let me help you with the cable a little bit.
Oh, yeah, unwrap. There you are.
Yeah. Stand up.
Go ahead, Rich. Relax.
Stand up.
Yeah, have some pride. Stop touching.
get off.
He's like
You're
being
gonna throw
touched.
me off.
Ready?
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not going. Oh, ready? I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me. Oh,
Rich, take this seriously. Rich,
Come on, sing.
Take
But I
this
hear
seriously.
you guys laugh.
I'm not
no,
laughing.
no one's laughing.
No, I wasn't laughing.
No one's laughing.
only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is good. The windows are alone.
What are you just reading?
I don't know this verse. Okay.
The words are in front of you, stupid.
But I don't know how to. I don't know the tune for this verse.
Wait, you're not there. You're not in that part yet.
Okay, I'll get to it.
You
Go
see
ahead,
the red house. Sunshine through.
Very
See?
gentle.
Yeah.
Only for you. Our
You're not there
house.
yet.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
only for you.
You're not there yet.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And our la 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 la. There you go.
That was actually really, really
Wasn't
great.
that good?
That was terrific.
Good job.
Troy,
Oh my
did you like
God.
that?
Loved it.
That was great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I was
awesome.
worried you were going to make a fool out of yourself.
Thank God, right?
Yeah, I worked on that song for a long time because I've always loved it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you stopped in the middle. I don't know this part.
Well, there's certain
Shut up.
words.
It's an obsession.
Yeah, I feel good about that one.
You should. It was really, really good.
What's wrong with you?
And like, just gets lazy, and halfway through he starts just speaking.
But
it.
he's like the red light. The red lines are like the words are turning red as you're supposed to sing them, and he's already on 9 verses
just
ahead.
ignores him
Yeah.
completely.
He made, no, but
I did my version.
he made it his own.
Right.
Yes, that's what a real artist does.
That's true.
Thank
Well, because
you.
it was done through passion.
Yeah,
not just reading.
Yeah, anybody can go and do it.
I don't know this part. It's literally right in front of you. Literally.
No, I didn't know how to add my tune to it.
The same tone you've been using. What do you think? It just changed all of a sudden and became disco?
Cat Steven. I'm great at Cat Steven. I'll do one more.
Okay,
and I'll knock this out.
do one
Do
more.
Cat Steven. Which one?
Father and Son.
Father and Son?
And this is...
See if
this
we
is
get
it.
karaoke version of that.
Because Father and Son.
Oh, perfect.
He just
good. It's up there.
All right, here you go. But pay attention. Don't goof off.
I don't
take
goof
this
off.
seriously.
I take this
Voss.
serious.
Stand up and take
No, I
this.
could just...
You should, whatever you want to do. Stand up or sit. Robbie, get the camera. We can at least film.
Yeah, this will be good.
He's Yusef Islam now, so introduce him properly.
Yeah,
He's changed his name.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on.
But take this seriously, man.
Come on, stop goofing off.
But take your time, think a lot. Why, think of everything you've got, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. How can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. See, you can't make me
Stop. You got to take this seriously.
I did it.
You got to take this seriously.
I'm done. I got it.
Look.
Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
That was actually really beautiful.
how
That was
much
really nice. I'm
Good
crying.
job.
How much better was that than
Rich,
the other one?
you see how watery my eyes are? I'm emotional. That was great.
Okay.
That was great.
How good was that?
That was
Good
really
job.
well done.
Good job.
Yeah, you didn't sound like a total idiot or
Yeah,
anything.
And I did the two voices.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Have you ever heard that song? He does two
Yeah, he
voices.
does.
It's a key change.
He does,
You did it.
he does the father, then he does
He
the
does.
son.
I was
yeah.
really worried you were going to make an absolute ass out of yourself.
No, not
I'm so
me. Not
happy.
when it comes to that.
Right.
No. Not when it comes to something I'm so passionate
That
about.
was great. Actually, we got the reviews already coming in. If you want to go to line 5.
I don't want to listen to that.
Brinson in Georgia.
He's actually
Brinson?
right. What's up,
It says
Brinson?
Brinson.
Hey, Brinson.
Brinson.
Oh my God, that was bad. I want to drive my truck off the road. Jesus
Oh, jeez.
Christ.
And so does your family.
There you go, Brinson.
All right, Brinson. That's what you get for criticizing an artist.
Yeah, there you go.
Blow your horn on that.
There you go.
Okay, it might have been a little pitchy, but let me...
I don't think so.
No,
it's fine.
I think
don't
I
think so.
nailed it.
I swear to God, Nico, if you give me that sandwich again today,
I want to order food, too.
I hope
I'll wait till-
that's
you
for
do.
you, right? Not for me.
you-
It couldn't possibly be for me.
What is that?
It's the same sandwich. I've asked them to please stop breaking me for the last 3 days in a row.
What are you doing?
It must be just for you, right?
What is it? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
It's mozzarella and tomato on a
give
roll.
me
Talk into a mic, Nico.
I'll take this home, but I want to order breakfast.
Yeah, there's no way that could be for me.
What are you doing?
I'm going to take it home.
Jim, we need a fucking intervention with Voss. He's hoarding food.
Yeah, I know.
Buddy,
I know.
But last night at the party, he was
I know.
jamming candy bars. I saw him sticking a pretzel, not wrapped.
It's wrapped. It was
pretzel.
wrapped. It was
in his
wrapped.
fucking
It was
coat
wrapped.
pocket, jamming, didn't even fit.
Yeah.
Jamming a pretzel.
He's
into his,
Raxo Rizzo at a party. Stealing luncheon meats.
He's stole, but he has a look at my Rolex. Look at my, and he's jamming food
He did say, as soon as he got into the room last night, he goes, "Oh, Three Musketeers. This would be good for the hotel room."
Yes,
later.
something.
No, he meant the actual men.
Oh,
He just took that sandwich. Goes, I'll take it for the
I'm
hotel
not
room
gonna
later.
eat. I'm gonna eat it now, stupid.
Let's break and eat. I want to eat, and we got
I got water.
we got Jamie Kilstein coming in, and we also have Ray Fisher from Justice League coming in.
Can I
yeah,
say
of course
one?
you. Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
This weekend at the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island, and December 8th and 9th in Austin at the Velveeta Room.
Okay.
December 8th and 9th. I got to pack that out and come to the Comedy Connection, one of the best clubs in the country.
It is a great club.
I was there last week. It's one of the greatest clubs ever. I'm going to be in actually Aruba with at the Marriott Stellaris. Not that he was going to be there, but I'm going to the first and the second. I'm at the American Comedy Club.
Okay.
First, second, and just the first and the second. American Comedy Club, San Diego. So West Coast, come out and
Bobby
fucking
does
see.
nothing but kill on stage.
and
Kill.
I fly to the. Oh, good.
this weekend I'll be on WWE Network on Saturday and Sunday night. NXT Takeover pre-show on Saturday, and then Survivor Series kickoff show on Sunday.
And I'm flying to Indianapolis to do the Egyptian Room, and then Saturday I'm in Peoria, Illinois at the Jukebox Comedy Club for Saturday night only. We're going to come back. Jamie Kilstein will be here with us, and then Ray Fisher.
What's the first one? Is that a theater?
The Egyptian Room's a theater, yeah, in
cool.
Indianapolis. All right, be right back. Bye.
No, have Jamie sit over here.
What about Bobby?
We should put him right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're moving Bob Kelly. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Hi,
That
buddy.
makes sense, right?
How are you?
Hey.
You've done a lot of. It's fun. Jamie and I know each other. I mean, I probably know you since the mid '90s. I mean, when did you start stand up?
I was like 17. Yeah, it was about that. I feel like that's the last time I saw you. We really only like hung out once or twice, and I remember being like 24 in the back of the Stress Factory, just like pathetically asking you, "How do you become a feature act?" Was essentially like the last time I saw you.
Yeah, that is literally. It's fucking. How old are you now? So you're 17. What are you like?
36.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
you were
19 years ago.
You were middling for Lewis Black at Caroline's.
Last week.
Around. Congratulations. Yeah, it was around then. So that was a while ago.
Wait, didn't you do a guest spot at the Stress Factory when I worked there? Didn't you come on?
Bobby, is that your coffee? Hold on, Jamie. Did you just take your
I think
coffee?
it's mine.
You just took his coffee, Bobby.
Where's my coffee?
Did you lose your coffee, Bob?
Hold on.
Bob, someone
Okay.
took your coffee.
Is it over
Oh, no,
there?
this is yours, Bobby.
That's my coffee.
Bob Kelly lost his coffee.
Okay, he's got it.
Found it.
Oh, Jamie was trying to steal Bob's coffee.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to get a bit.
or you're not from Rochester, are you?
No, I grew up like near Trenton, but like that's all I could. That was the only stage time I got. Is I would do like guest spots for everyone at the Stress Factory, and then on my resume be like opened for Rich Voss, but it was just like guest sets because like Vinny felt bad for me.
That's all we would all do that. I was saying I opened for Dice. That was my intro on the road. I tours with Andrew Dice Clay before I ever met him. You just do it just to get something to say.
On my resume, I put we had resumes. But I put open for Richard Belzer, and in parentheses, I put big deal.
My original resume, when I was only doing like road, like one-nighters in New Jersey, when I was like 19 or 20, is I would put the people I opened for, but nobody knew who they were, so I listed their credits on my resume. So it would be like open for Mike whoever, and then in parentheses it was his like Annie at the Improv, like, and his like old credits, and that's what I was like. That was all I had.
Did you ever play guitar on stage?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, he was a guitar act. That's why I wouldn't talk to him anymore.
That happened post comedy. Here's what I remember about you. I feel like I either hosted or middled for you, and I had no idea you were going to be here. So this works out perfectly thematically. We were in Bananas in Hasbrook Heights.
Yeah.
And me and my ex were having dinner with you and Bonnie at like whatever restaurant is attached to like the Best Western. And you told me. We were talking about politics, and I was being like very liberal and like high horsey. And you said, "Wait till you're older and you become a Republican." And I was like, "That'll never happen." And now as I'm getting older and just completely like, I'm like, I get it. I see it. I see it a little bit.
And it's interesting, you know, what happened? Because for a while you were doing something called was the Citizens Radio.
Citizen Radio.
So
yeah.
you know how to do radio, and you've done it for years.
Yeah.
And so did you go into like got real political and became real left wing?
Yes. And I sort of like, I feel like I never like cracked it with comedy. I would always sort of like,
so did the business.
hit a wall. Yeah. Just kind of
I'm kidding with him.
Well, let him get into something.
I know, Rich.
All right.
What's wrong with you?
We're focusing on someone for a minute.
He's a fucking radio guy. He can get back into it.
Now
It was funny.
Now I get to put on my resume was made fun of by Rich Voss, and then I'll list your credits in parentheses.
No, you should write who cares in parentheses.
No, but I had this like year or two where things were like good, where I think I did like Montreal 2 or 3 times. I did Conan once, but like everything hit a wall, like wasn't invited back. I think they got a lot of complaints after I did it.
Why'd they get
Conan?
Yeah, well, I did like just a bunch of like anti-war stuff, and it was like really ranty, and it was also like.
But they know what they go over your set a million times.
Dude, that guy hooked me up. JP was the booker, and I couldn't come up with like a 5-minute clean, not political set. So he literally came out and saw like 2 hours that I did and like took notes and was like, here's what we can do that's like still your voice without making you like completely sell yourself out. And he just like worked it. Like he totally hooked me up. And I was like, oh, I don't want to get you in trouble. But then I had this year where it was kind of like the year I was like almost famous, where my dad's moving, he's retiring, and he just found this old, like there was an interview magazine. And it was like one of those like 4 comics to watch. And it was like Aubrey Plaza, Reggie Watts, fucking Jay Farrow, and me. And I was like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. When you see the list, you're like, who the fuck is that? Like, what sad story like lurks behind that picture? And it was me. And so we started this podcast like 8-10 years ago. And
who did you start it with?
I started it with my wife at the time.
Okay.
My ex. And we started it when we were like pretty much living out of our car, because like comedy clubs weren't booking me either back then. So I would just do like gigs for like MySpace fans on the road. So we drove
How come comedy clubs weren't booked? Because of the political stuff?
Because of the political stuff, and I wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I think at the time I was like, it's because I'm like Bill Hicks. It's like, no, I'm like being edgy, and I'm like not funny enough to like earn it. You know what I mean? Totally. I was like kind of funny, and the stuff was like way past my fucking pay grade, where I was like, should have been a solid feature, and I was like, I'm gonna tackle Israel Palestine at fucking Yuck Yucks, and it's like, no, you're not gonna do that at all. But comics, like, I remember just doing this.
Yuck Yucks is perfect, because that's what they say to each other over the line. Get it?
You don't have to laugh at it.
I wish the place had one less seat.
Why? What I do is just kind of cleanse the palate. Go ahead.
All right, Ginger.
No, so that was it. So I started doing this podcast, and we had a ton of comedy fans. I would have to go like tour like internationally.
Was your wife a comic?
No, she was a writer.
Oh, okay.
But I would have to tour internationally to like make a living. So I started like getting booked in like London and Sydney and Melbourne, because like they like love the political stuff. You could literally just be like, George Bush choked on a pretzel, and they were like giving you awards.
Right.
And anytime an American comic goes over there, they will, and you're talking about politics, they're like, the next Bill Hicks, which I thought was a real thing, but they literally write that for any comedian, where like you could go over like with like a puppet, and they would be like, the next Bill Hicks. As long
But you didn't realize at the time.
No, I thought
that's an honor given to everybody.
Yeah, I was just like,
Look at Voss's eyes lighting up.
No, because Norton's going there, so I hope he ends up like Bill.
He means revered.
No, dead.
No, he means dead. He means dead.
There's the autism again.
I know. I did that
Shut
on
up.
purpose.
No, you didn't.
Oh, my
I did.
He did not.
You want
did not do
a
that
mushroom
on
tomato
on
sandwich?
purpose.
Oh,
No, he didn't.
Here, take it.
Thank you.
Well, Rich, we're on the radio. You're having a sandwich.
He doesn't want a fucking mozzarella tomato
On the
sandwich.
on the radio.
You fucking old asshole.
That's what he does. When he's like getting called out, like we caught him doing something. He's like, maybe if they all focus on the sandwich for a while.
yeah.
It's called
Exactly.
a diversion.
It's a diversion, and he's trying to get Jamie on his side.
Why he can't get inside? He can't get work.
Look, everybody stop being mean to Rich Voss. I'm going to eat this sandwich now.
You're pretty honest about like what you. Hey, I thought I was this, but I was not that. Like that's pretty insightful.
Yeah, but that's new, man. I mean, that's after like it all got burned down. Like I was like radio silent for like a year and like off social media, and it was one of those. It was one of those times where I'm like, well, like literally, it's like I either kill myself or like I just like become decent.
Well, you were doing. Sorry, you were doing like it was like real hardcore feminism. Or?
Yeah, so it kind of crept there. So when the show started, it was mainly like comedy fans and a lot of comedy fans from like overseas. But it was progressive, right? But it wasn't whatever progressive is now. It was just like as cut and dry as like racism is bad, homophobia is bad. And the language, we never worried about our language or anything like that. And as sort of the country became more progressive, we became more progressive. And we started getting emails where, complaints about the language, right? So, you know, if you
on the podcast,
yeah. But because it was the audience we were sort of courting, it became like more left and more left and more left. So it started to turn toxic, but I didn't really realize it. So I remember like the email we got that's totally like put me over was we got an email. I was defending trans people, and I called some like transphobic guy an idiot. Super edgy. And we got an email that said, while we appreciate you defending the trans community, the word idiot is ableist. And I just wanted to be like, that's retarded. You're like that. You're retarded.
You can't say retarded.
Don't say retarded.
You certainly can't say that. And
that's the point of the
What did he say?
Rich said you can't say retarded, but I think that's why Jamie said...
Why? Because you answered to it.
That's funny.
Thanks.
What does ableist mean?
Can I go back one question?
Yeah.
When you did your radio, were you based out of San Francisco or New York?
New York.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's important. It's important to clarify. Frequent flyer miles. What airline? Shut up.
United? Sometimes I get Economy Plus.
I just thought we'd go back to the point that we were actually discussing.
Stop looking at the sandwich. Just take it back.
I don't want it back.
You kind of want it back.
I don't at all. I don't eat it.
What does ableist mean?
I think it's it's so broad now.
Right.
What I thought ableist was if you were like, that dummy's in a wheelchair. What a dummy. Haha, there's no ramp. Like that to me is like, okay, that's ableist because he's disabled, right?
Okay.
But I guess idiot, like way back in the day. I don't know.
I see.
I don't know. Like there's a bunch of different things that fall under the umbrella, but you literally can't keep track. So like I was on a progressive show and I would say that, like if someone was like, if the Twitter story of the day was this writer from The Atlantic said something and it's ableist, I would be like, I guess that's what we're covering today. And I would do it. And God, if people knew how many times we had to stop the podcast because I would accidentally say something offensive when I was trying to make a joke, like it was nuts, but I went with it. Not begrudgingly, like I just went with it because it was the first time I was making a living. It was the first time I felt like I had fans. And
did it feel hypocritical in your head when you're like, I know that my natural dialogue fits in with what I'm fighting against?
No, it does now.
Yeah.
But at the time, the self-talk, it's like such cognitive dissonance because you're making a living, because you're hosting a show with like, you know, your best friend, because you meet people at the audience, in the crowd, and they seem really nice. But what happened was, after the fact, because when I was like with my brothers or like hanging out like away from anyone in that scene, I would just talk like this, and it was totally, normal or whatever. And like there was some stuff on the show we covered that I got like pissed off about, like some of the like sort of politically correct issues. But I was like, I didn't want to make people mad, and because I failed so many times at everything else that I'm like, now I have a podcast that is supported by like a ton of people independently. I literally can't get fired. I'm finally making a living doing what I want. Like I'm not going to fuck it up. And when you're on the extreme left, you don't feel like you're selling out, because it's not like suddenly I started like, courting like fucking Nazis and doing like Jew killing jokes. Then I'd be like, I'm probably selling out here. But like when you're on the extreme left, it was just like a heightened version of like sexism is bad. So it's so easy to talk yourself into like, I'm not a problem, I'm still defending these righteous things.
Right. Were you becoming like if you're caught up in something, were you kind of just becoming that, like just kind of putting aside your real thoughts and going, well, no, this is who I am, like almost create, this is who I am because this audience likes me?
Yeah, or to take it a step further, I would feel like a piece of shit for judging those thoughts. So like if I was like thinking that, calling that ableist is fucking stupid, or, we used to get emails from people who like I'd get them to do jujitsu, and they were like, I lost a bunch of weight, like thank you so much, like you saved me, because now I'm doing jujitsu. And we get an email the next day saying that's fat shaming to talk about them doing jujitsu. And it's like, don't try to fucking throw that dude under the bus who like wanted to fucking train because you are like projecting or whatever.
But you can't even say that because that's mean.
No, we would have gotten tons of hate mail, and that was our only audience because people in the industry didn't like me. I burned my bridges with comics like by being like an asshole to them, and so like that was kind of all I had. Like that was it.
But you weren't like you said, you weren't self-aware of that. You were like, those comics are assholes to me.
Totally. Yeah. Dude, when I heard you guys talk about the Louis thing the other day, I was like, because, you know, you were a fucking enemy for a while of the left just because you went and had like what I thought was at the time I thought this a really great discussion on Kamal's show about the rape joke thing.
Oh yeah, me and Lindy West.
Yeah, and it was great. The whole thing was great, and I couldn't say it was great, so I was like, I don't want to talk about it on the show, and so because I was on the other side of that, right?
Sure.
And so I think that whole, and this is the problem with Twitter echo chambers, this is the problem with, you know, so much of it, where I think that so many like people who listen to my old show, if they saw on YouTube like Jim Norton, Sam Roberts talk about Louis C.K., they're literally going to expect you guys to be like, go get him, Louis, like masturbate in front of everybody, because you were painted at this sort of, instead of this nuanced conversation when you were talking about like workplace dynamics and like power structures and shit like that, where even I was surprised, because I think that my side was just really good at making people into caricatures, and add the fact that I felt like I failed so bad at stand-up that part of me was like, if I could shit on comics or comedy or feel like they're the bad guys or these like sexist fucking like cave-dwelling like ape dudes, then I can feel better about, I can be like, well, fuck them, I don't want to be a comic.
Right.
I left, as opposed to just like, no, you guys are like nuanced, broken people, you know, but I didn't see it that way. I was just like, no, they're all sexist, they're all assholes. But in my head, it was just like, they all hate me, and like they'll never give me like a tomato and mozzarella sandwich, and like so that was how I like
goddamn sandwich.
talked to myself.
I have no problem with you. I'm a big fan.
No, you guys were
of your
hold on,
vocabulary.
finish that. There you go.
Holy fuck.
But I think all comics, though, I think all good comics.
This is Bob Kelly talking. I started to run the radio show.
Good. That's really great.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think we're all kind of centered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're a smart comic, you have to see the truth in things, and if you can't just go by whatever side you're on, and you know, because I've listened to Norton talk about a lot of things on the show where you think he'd be way over here, but he's actually very smart with you know, because I saw the same interview, and I was kind of expecting you to be that way too, being your friend, but when you weren't, I was like, oh, okay. It made me actually thought, oh yeah, there's another side to this. Even with the Louis thing, you have to take into consideration these girls and what they think. You can't just dismiss that because we think jerking off is fine, you know. But it's weird. It's more. That's great, refreshing to hear people like you talk like this and realize that.
Wipe your lip.
What? Are you talking to yourself? Is that the thought that goes through your head every day?
What ultimately happened to you? Because you were on this progressive, there was a lot of feminism. What eventually happened that kind of got you to leave it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I really appreciate what you're saying, Bobby, but like this happened because it all fucking bit me in the ass, and it was literally like Suicide or Be Reflective, where I had I did the whole like rape jokes aren't funny. Here's another thing. I said this on Rogan's the other day, but I want to say it on like every show I do.
How did you get Rogan?
What's that?
Oh my god! You're not kidding.
No, that was a well-timed, serious question.
Please go ahead.
I
just wanted to put that out there so people know that he wants to do Rogan.
Get Boss on.
Twice.
I know that's right there. We did that, but he had to go. I did it twice.
Yeah,
there it is.
You fuck. How'd you do it twice? I've never done it. He won't get me on the fucking show.
Why not?
You've never done Rogan?
Never fucking have done it.
Don't
He's
worry,
busy.
Bobby. Neither have I.
I've known him for.
I would have given you like one of my 9 or 12 appearances. All right, I'll make sure. Sorry. Go
We've
ahead.
had sex with women together.
The rape joke thing. I went on MSNBC as like one of the comics who was like, rape, you can never say rape. And again, for the record, like I never said that. I was like, people have free speech to make a rape joke. Other people have free speech to call it sexist. Like free speech works both ways, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I was on that side because all in progressive echo chamber Twitter, all we heard was Daniel Tosh gets on stage, tells woman it would be funny if you got raped 5 times. And I was like, well, that's not funny. That sounds like a horrible statement. But when I was doing Joe's show and he was sort of recapping our big argument.
That's me.
Jesus Christ.
What if it was Joe Rogan?
He's probably calling him to tell him to put his phone on vibrate.
I just did.
I've been doing radio for decades.
Why do you have the fabulous Baker Boys as your ringer? Fucking old shithead. Jamie, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a little bit. That was like ageist, right? That's
It really was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you looking at, Rich?
I'm trying to put it on silent.
You just switched on the phone.
I mean, I'm trying to put on airplane mode. Sorry, Jamie.
Sorry, Jamie.
But I didn't hear the part where Tasha was, someone in the audience was like, talk about rape, and he was like, okay, what's there to talk about rape? The shame, the victim blaming, it was like this really nuanced, funny fucking precursor to the line that went viral, but like, I never saw that. We never saw it because I don't click fucking articles because we get headlines and it's like this person did something offensive and you go, all right. And then you do it. And again, I was already so like, fuck comedy that I went that way. So the show, ever since that happened and comics really like got bummed out, like friends of mine, like Stanhope went after me and like Rogan and I had this huge argument that I didn't know was going to happen. Like I went on Joe's show. It was the second time I did the show. The first time it was great. I had no idea we were going to talk about the rape joke thing. And I mean, like, I'm sure a lot of your listeners saw it. Like, he beat the shit out of me on that. And I didn't see it coming. And not only did I not see it coming, what a lot of people don't know, I was very high during that podcast. And I was sober at the time, but I was in LA. And it's like Rogan and I'm impressionable. So I was like, he was like, do you want to smoke? And I was like, yeah, I want to smoke. Like, this is a fucking Joe Rogan podcast. That's what you do. And I feel
you've done it 2 times too.
I've done it 2 times.
How much time did you have?
Well, 3 times.
How many did you do about?
3 times. I've done it none. Fucking none.
Me neither,
you were
man.
sober as in recovery, or just you said I'm not going to drink
I
for
have
a while?
alcoholism like in my family, so I just like kind of didn't want to risk it. Like I was starting to drink too much, so I was like, let's like put a cap on it. But I wasn't going to like meetings or anything.
Oh, okay.
So you got high for the show?
I got high for the show, thinking we were going to get along like the first show, and then in the middle of the show, it ends. He is standing up, and he is a intimidating man. He is standing up, screaming like, "Would you rather be raped or murdered?" And I'm just like high as fuck, just like that's a pickle. Like I don't know. This is a terrible situation. I feel like that should be like an anti-drug commercial with just like me and Joe like smoking pot and being like, "This is great." And then it's like 5 minutes later, "Would you rather be raped or murdered?" And then it's like, "Don't do drugs." And I'd be like,
as
I
he
would
takes
never
a
do
bite out of
drugs.
an elk heart.
What was at the start of the argument? Like he was just saying he didn't like your stance on it and you defended it?
Yeah. Essentially that I turned on comics, which like I did. For sure. That's like exactly what happened.
Because you felt they turned on you.
I felt they turned on me, but again, at the time I thought I was doing the right thing, right? Like, because you go, rape is bad. So then what's the next level when everyone who follows you go, well, rape jokes are bad? You go, yeah, because rape's bad, right? And so you just kind of take it there because I was never brave enough to like stick up for myself in those circles. I felt fucking stupid. I dropped out of high school. I was like, I barely could read until I was like 25. Like I just like couldn't comprehend. I have every ADD, dyslexia, all of them. And so finally I'm like on MSNBC panels next to like Nobel laureates and shit like that. And I feel smart and I'm getting approval. And if I tweeted hashtag Black Lives Matter, I wouldn't sit there thinking about the cause. I would sit there refreshing it to see what smart celebrity like retweeted me. And I would get like that dopamine hit and I would be like, I'm doing it, right? And it just became an obsession because I was miserable. I was in a failing marriage. I didn't really have friends.
You guys failing because you were fighting, or is it just the ideology was more true for her than you?
No, I mean that was a thing for sure, and like, and I definitely don't want to like badmouth her. We just became best friends. It was like it was really platonic for years, and I just assumed it was because I was like a loveless asshole. But we had this show together, and so we kept doing the show, and so anyway, so what fucking ended up happening was
Voss relates.
I got to stop my podcast.
But you have a child too, right?
I have 3.
Okay, there you go.
One with her.
Great, got it. So so we started like an open relationship to try to kind of save it.
Were you jealous that she hooked up with somebody? Would you get like crazy?
Well, she didn't. That wasn't like. She didn't need to.
But did the idea of it make you jealous? Like,
no.
Oh, okay.
Because like that's just
platonic at that point anyway.
That's what it was. You're almost like you're almost rooting for her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you opened up the relationship.
So we opened the relationship, but we didn't tell anybody about it.
Okay.
At first.
Did you let each other watch?
No, it was nothing. We weren't cool. That's the thing. When people hear open relationship, like I pictured like fucking key parties and like cool 70s sex stuff. It was literally just like me sadly in a bar, like whispering to some girl, just like I'm in a secret open relationship, and then being like, I don't believe you. That sounds like a lie. And then they would walk away. Like it was like the least sexy thing. I felt like I was cheating in the open relationship because it was a don't ask, don't tell thing.
Right.
So I was still hiding text messages, and I was still like,
so you didn't talk about it with each other.
was gross. Like I felt like I totally felt like a creep.
So it was the most closed off, open relationship you could possibly have.
It was sort of like the worst of every world.
Yes.
Where like I would still feel like guilt and regret, and like I was like fucking up my like marriage.
But you couldn't talk about it with your spouse because that's the whole point.
Totally.
Right.
And so and I couldn't really talk about to dudes with it either because all my dude friends weren't very like dude-esque. You know what I mean?
Plus most of all the dude friends hated you by that point because of your stance.
Oh my God, totally. And so
and you couldn't go back on Rogan.
No, I didn't.
He just wants to go.
You stop bringing Rogan up, all right? I get it. Everybody's done Rogan. Shut up, Sam.
Dude.
You're not a comic.
Oh, right.
I've known him for fucking 20-something years.
So what? If you said it, I'll bring a tape when I go out there.
It's so built up now. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Have you done Marin?
It would just fucking bomb. I've done Marin. Yeah.
I haven't done that one.
Oh, Rogan must have heard your Marin.
Yeah.
My Marin was great. That was a great one.
Okay. I didn't hear it.
We can get you on Jay Moore.
What's that one? What's Jay Moore? Oh, more. What is it?
Oh,
What's Jay's called?
I don't know.
It's called I Burned Every Bridge.
No, it's not. Stop it. Leave Jay alone.
Oh, shut up, you brown-nosing douchebag.
That is true, Bob. The one guy that will let you on, now you're sticking up for him.
Oh, no, how am I brown nosing? What is he giving me? Was he going to hook me with a meeting with Barry Katz?
So when did it...
more stories. That's it, yeah.
When did it start to completely fall apart? Because now you're in this position where you have... The only support system you have is this... political base that you don't even actually legitimately match up with. You're just, stuck in this cycle.
What happened was what usually happens. I got accused of being a predator. I got accused of. I had an ex who. And again, I do not want to sound like fucking like. Bitter and this is what a terrible time to like make my comeback. Like I was
it's a terrible place to make your comeback. I was stick around for Bennington.
I was booked to do the first show. The first show I was going to do back was Stanhope's show, and I was already booked. And the fucking Harvey Weinstein thing dropped, and I just like casually texted him. I was like, "Hey, we can put this off, right? Like, can we not do this?" And he's like, "It's too late." But so essentially, and there were articles written that I had an ex who started sort of like following anyone I was dating on social media and all this stuff, and she found, I guess, enough people who I had flirted with or had like very consensual like hookups with, and said that I used my feminism and was predatory, essentially. And
instead of saying that these are intelligent women who just wanted to do something because they like you,
which sounds like a feminist statement.
Can you use feminism to get laid?
No, that's what everyone says. They're like, whenever I was called like a male feminist, it sounded so creepy. Like that sounds like you drive around like in a male feminist van, like trying to like holler at a women, like who wants to like go see Ani DeFranco? Like it sounds so creepy. Like no, you can't use fucking feminism to get laid. If anything, I was just like incredibly timid around women. Like the open relationship, I was awful at. I was awful at picking up women. I was like always sort of like you make the first. We don't have to. I don't need. Like I couldn't read signals.
You ever pick a girl up in an elevator?
Yeah. No. Couldn't you take him back and play a little of that guitar?
I could play a little of the guitar. Yeah.
Sit around a fire and maybe sing some songs.
Do some slam poetry.
Some Baez or something.
Why'd she say you were a predator? Just because you were trying to pick up girls in an open relationship?
Yeah, so the article, I mean, here's what happened, is if I was just a normal comic, everything I was quote-unquote accused of, which half of it wasn't fucking true. I read the article for the first, because I was very suicidal during all this, and I didn't read any of the articles. I got offline. I disabled everything. And I finally read the article before doing these shows, because I'm like, I should know what I'm accused of. So it was a Jezebel article. And I read it I hid in the bathroom from my girlfriend, and I was like, time to like read my shameful past and like make amends. And I read this article a year later after being in hiding and like getting a day job and stopping stand up and being like, oh, half of this isn't fucking true. Like, not even true. And if it was true, it's literally nothing worse than any of you guys have talked about on stage.
Do you wish that you had responded back then and said this is just not true?
I don't know, man, because I think at that point I was so scared and I really wasn't well, like physically, that I just wanted it to stop.
How could you have and I'm not accusing you, but if somebody's trying to bring me down
Yeah.
It's not far to go.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bring me. How would you push that aside? Because to stand up for yourself.
Yeah. Well, so here's the interesting
to
part.
nip it in the butt right there.
Well, the stuff that I was.
You like that? Nip it in the butt.
That was good.
I brought that back.
The stuff that I was being accused of was not like if I was accused of like rape, or if I was accused of like sexual assault, or if I was accused of like stalking a girl, or like sending my dick to like dick pics to like girls all over the place, then I could be like, this did not happen.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're being accused of having consensual one night stands and not calling the women back or flirting on Twitter, and there's nothing you can really say.
So wait, these women who you didn't call back, like, yeah, everyone wants to get a call back, but isn't feminism about a woman making a decision and being strong and and kind of being the quote unquote master of her own destiny and not letting a male dictate it? So if you don't call back, well, she didn't call you back either. Who cares?
Well, and that's the problem was because I embodied that scene. If I came out, I would have essentially sounded like everything I was criticizing for so long, right? Like, and that was another reason I didn't say it. I still had this fucking guilt where I was like, did I do this wrong stuff? Because you spend a year hashtagging, you're going hashtag believe women, which I still think is a good thing, like hashtag believe women, and then you read the stuff about you. You can't suddenly be like hashtag don't believe women,
right,
like hashtag like women are liars, because then suddenly I sound like this like insane defensive person. And in my world, a lot of that stuff, I would have been seen as a creepy guy. But the problem was, and again, I don't want to go after girls or how they felt or whatever, but I mean, if you read the Jezebel article, I mean, the headlines of these stories, and I think a lot of comics or people who, I've lost a ton of work over this. You read the headlines and it's like male feminist accused of sexual misconduct. That sounds like I'm like harassing women.
Yeah, that sounds worse. And they put it in this way where they're going to get clicks. And technically, any type of sexual thing is misconduct.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I walked around like I was accused of rape. Like I walked around with like a hoodie and like sunglasses. And like I didn't want to leave the apartment.
Not in Florida.
Like, what's that?
Oh God! He's literally talking about being accused of.
I know, I'm trying to lighten up the
his whole
subject. I feel
Yes,
bad.
but you're not good at lightening up a subject.
You're not at all.
Yes. Yeah. You're making someone with sexual misconduct accusations feel worse. How do you do that?
What was the worst part of your situation? Well, there was this Florida joke.
Yeah, hearing Voss improv at the end of it.
Just ridiculous.
But yeah, so that shit still comes up if you Google me, and if you read the article, like, because I really read it expecting to be like people have made up really like much worse things, right? And like one of the biggest things in the article was like talking about how we met, and I had a date with a woman when I was on tour, and I think the quote was like, he charmed me back to his hotel room, and we didn't sleep together, but like we like hooked up.
What?
I know. And
dun dun.
And that was
terrible.
It. Like in the article that is like accusing me of being a fucking sexual predator, there's a quote that was like, I felt safe. It was the first time I trusted a man, all this stuff.
So you would set up a scenario for yourself where you could not pick up women without.
Yes.
Right.
So then the next week, she said, and she said she felt really good about it. Like, again, super consensual, felt safe. And then it was like the next week, I heard him call me a road fuck on his podcast. And then Jezebel, in parentheses, said Jezebel could not find the clip. Right. Because I didn't use the word road fuck next to my wife on a fucking feminist podcast. Like, that doesn't even make sense that I would do it. Like, you wouldn't be like, I want abortion legal so I don't have to use a condom when I'm fucking these street whores out on the road. Like,
attaboy, Jamie.
Yeah.
Get that clip. Get that clip.
Call Jezebel. But like, I didn't. That's not even something I would say. But even if I did say it, like to me, that's fucking insulting to women who are abused and who have been like stalked or like preyed upon. Like, and that's the problem. That's the problem. When people on the right or the other side start pointing to ridiculous claims like that. they use it to discredit people who are women who are actually abused and women who are actually like stalked or raped or whatever. Because if you start calling, a verbal fight with your girlfriend mental abuse, if you start calling breakups manipulation, if you start calling, consensual one night stands predatory, like it's really fucking scary, especially when now there is, we are seeing like what predatory looks like with the Weinstein stuff and shit like that.
Wow, so that's really a tremendous switch. So what finally got you back? Like, because now you're coming back around. Like, what finally made you go, all right, like I stayed away long enough. I can start to kind of rebuild whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I really wasn't gonna. Like, I'm doing like. MMA,
what kind of day job did you get?
I'm teaching jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts.
What belt are you?
I am a 4-striped purple belt.
One that can't fit around you. That was kind of good.
It's hurtful, though.
It was just right, Bobby. Go ahead. Tell him. Tell
it was mean. It was mean.
It was
low-hanging fruit.
What's low-hanging fruit?
If you were being hung.
Holy shit.
That's another thing. I forgot comedy was fun. Jokes like this were fun. Like, it was so long that I was like, I would just sit there silently at a table of progressive journalists, and I was like, this is a fucking nightmare. Like, I stopped going out. But the first time I hung out with a comic, when I was like debating if I was going back, he used the word fingering, and I started giggling like I was in middle school. I was like, I forgot how funny fingering is and low-hanging fruit. That's funny because that implies he's a homosexual.
And like, being hung. This is even better if you know Rich.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a serious question?
Sure, man.
Please. Are you going to eat? Can I have that sandwich?
You can have the sandwich.
But wait a second.
But now you can't be mean to him.
How long have you been doing jiu-jitsu? How long have you?
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 8-ish years, I think.
He almost forgot how to say jujitsu.
No, I
he didn't have a question.
No, I did. I did.
He was trying to bring it back. He wanted to be the guy to bring it back to serious interview. And so he just made it up.
No, he had a moment. Is that why?
He's doing it again.
He's doing it again.
You don't have a question.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Is that how you and Rogan bonded in the beginning?
Yeah.
No, there's no question.
Yes, I did.
No, this is what he does.
No,
the only reason
swallow.
I hate
swallow.
I don't even want the sandwich. I just want him not to take it home.
Please choke.
This is what he does. Is he
Can you swallow your food and not choke? Fucking license plates will fall out.
Jesus. It's stuck in his
This
tail.
asshole throws it. He just throws it out there and thinks he'll find the thought.
Yes.
No,
He thinks he can just start. He can go, let me say something, or let me ask you, and he'll find this amazing question in the air.
Right.
And he doesn't. He doesn't. You're not, you fucking magic asshole.
So how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
Now, did you? Oh no, Rogan! When you?
No, I'm saying, is that how they connected?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the first time I went on, like, that's when I feel like the show was still like, there was still like a ton of political stuff we bonded on, right? Like, war is bad, drugs are fine, like stuff like that. But yeah, the jiu-jitsu and MMA for sure. Helped with that. But yeah, so
Glad you got to the bottom of that, Rich. A lot of people were probably sitting there like, how does this guy connect with Joe Rogan?
We got to take a quick break. We have to. Travis just told me for the timing of our next interview.
For our next guest. Yes.
Do we have an extra mic? We have one more mic?
We can set up something on the couch for one of our guests.
Okay. I got a BLT coming.
All right, so we're hanging with Bob Kelly. Who's Bobby? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at the first and the second. I will be at
American Comedy Company in
Thank
San
you
Diego.
very much, yes.
Jamie, you got any gigs?
I'm JamieKilstein.com. Please book me at a comedy club.
Okay, and it's Jamie. It's Kilstein. It's one L. And Rich?
This Friday and Saturday, the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island, and December 8th and 9th, the Velveeta Room in Austin, Texas.
And I forgot to mention earlier, I'll be on Tom Shalhoub's show at 5 p.m. today on Fox News Radio.
Oh, yeah, and we're taping the Chip podcast. So Chip at riotcast.com. If you want to go tonight, 6:30, above the Comedy Cellar.
I'll be there, too.
Sam will be there, and we'll be right back with Ray Fisher from the Justice League.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back. We should bring in Ray Fisher from the Justice League.
Yeah, I saw Justice League on Monday.
Oh, you did? How was it? I was not able to go.
It was good. It's just fun. It was a romp.
Was it great?
It was fun. It's like a comic book movie.
I saw Thor last week. One of the best superhero movies. I put up there with Iron Man 1.
Well, this one got Batman, Superman, Gal Gadot, everybody.
Just grab him in there.
Wonder Woman.
I'm very excited about this.
Gal Gadot is incredible, isn't she?
Yeah, she is, and she's putting a lot of pressure on them to get rid of Brett Ratner. Hi, Ray. How are you?
I'm good. How we feeling?
What's going on?
You know, I'm doing okay. We're here. Are we live? Are we on?
We're live.
We're live.
We're on. Oh, jeez. They just throw you right in.
Are you just a naturally positive person? He comes in all happy.
Listen, man, I'm living life. I'm enjoying it. You only get one.
He's in a DC franchise. Yeah, he's living life right now.
And
He's doing well.
Look at, he's the best looking human being I've ever met.
That's not. Get out of. I appreciate.
Well, Ryan Reynolds and then you.
I was going to say, yeah, you can't. Don't
You're the best looking person in this room, but let's be honest, it's a very low bar.
It is.
This is not exactly a giant thing to feel great about.
Is it? Because I was watching Justice League Monday, and I saw Wonder Woman. Obviously, I've seen all these movies, but like for some reason, it just struck me when I was watching Justice League. Like I have an incredible crush on Gal Gadot. Is it intimidating to work with somebody who's that good looking?
No, I mean I feel like she's just as nice, if not nicer, than she is good looking.
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
Would scare me.
Well, no, I mean it's a warmth, you know, and I think there's a sort of magnetism. But she, you know, when she talks to you, she never makes you feel intimidated in that way. As far as I've known, everybody was super welcoming on the production, though.
How is it to get? Because Cyborg is an important superhero in Justice League, but you know, you Aquaman, you're revealing Aquaman for the first time. Batman,
speaking of good looking, by the way,
I was gonna say,
but Flash, but you three, Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. This is your first appearance for DC.
Yeah,
and you're next to Batman, the whole and Superman.
Well, he's dead. He's not in this movie. So.
Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna. I know.
Yeah, he's on the cover of the Post, so I'm pretty sure cat's out of the bag.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Also, his logo is on the.
Logo on there? That's just for posterity.
Happy Meal, you get a Superman thing too. But how was it? Were you intimidated working with all these guys? And she, Wonder Woman, and Batman already have done movies together. And
everybody, you know, the crazy thing is everybody was super welcoming. There was this sort of team camaraderie before we even stepped on set. Yeah. You know, back when they were shooting Batman v Superman, and I was, you know, getting test makeup on for that scene. You know, the makeup trailer starts rocking back and forth, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's an earthquake. And in pops Jason Momoa, just bear hugs, like it's all love. Yeah. You know, it was such a strange thing because, you know, we knew we'd be in it for the long haul too.
Can you explain the backstory of your character?
Sure.
Because it isn't as well known as Aquaman.
It's not. No, right. Cyborg was actually created in the 1980s for a comic run called the New Teen Titans, and he's a college athlete who has a tragic accident befall him. And in order to save his life, his father uses alien technology that basically saves his life, but turns him into a cyborg. So he has super strength, super durability. He can access anything technological. He can fly, and it helps maintain and regulate his body functions.
And what's his weakness?
His weakness? I mean, there's no specific weakness that is represented with him.
Right.
I think a lot of his struggle is an internal one because unlike the other superheroes, he can't take off the suit. You know, he's cyborg 24/7.
Right.
Everybody else can go live a normal life and just give it up.
He doesn't know how to work all of it, right?
You say what? He doesn't know how to work all of it just yet either.
He doesn't know how to work all the things.
His powers are new, so it being alien technology, it's going to continue to evolve.
So he's figuring it out as he
absolutely as best he can.
Wow. So I was reading that you gained a whole bunch of muscle mass for this movie. But then I saw the movie, and like your whole body is CGI'd out because you're like a robot in the movie. So I was like, why would they make you?
So I could have done it. I could have done it.
Right. Well, like why would they make you gain all that muscle mass if they're just gonna?
Well, there's some sequences that we shot of Cyborg prior to his accident, and so to portray the college quarterback, you know, I ended up putting on about 30 pounds.
Right.
So also with respect to the costume itself, because I'm in a onesie the entire time. Everybody else has a practical costume which weighs about 30, 40 pounds. And, for me, having that extra weight made me feel outside of my body. So it kind of put me in a different posture. So it actually helped with the physicality of everything as well.
How long did it take you to put the weight on?
Around a year and a half. Oh, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, for me, because my body responds pretty quickly to what I do for the positive or for the negative. So, they were just shoving food, steaks, chicken, fish, quinoa, 5 meals a day, 3 big meals, 2 small meals, and in the gym 2 hours a day working out.
So they were telling you what you needed to eat.
Oh, for sure. They provided everything, and diet is maybe, I would say 95% of anything physical you do. And so for me to get to the maximum weight, I was at about 193 when we started, and I was 224 by the time I was at my maximum. We finished.
All muscle.
I would hope so, yeah.
What did you do before you acted?
Before I was acting, I think this is all I've been doing since since I was about 16.
Okay,
16
so your
years
whole
old.
life has been.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey.
He's from near campus.
What town?
Yeah, down at Lawnside is the town. It's near
South Jersey?
South Jersey, near Cherry Hill. Oh, come on, get out of here. Where are you from? Are you from Jersey?
I'm Norton, Plainfield.
Okay. Well, that's North Jersey. Well, South Jersey is the reason why they call it the Garden State, right? That's why.
Philadelphia.
Are you really fucking? Are you out of your mind? What's wrong with you?
By the way, there's been this North Jersey South Jersey rivalry for such a long time now. People are talking about the South Jersey seceding from North Jersey and becoming its own state.
Look, we've only known you for about 10 minutes, but I would say that anybody listening would guess that you come from a better area of the world than Rich Voss.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think anybody's sitting there going like, oh, usually if only he had Rich Voss's background.
Usually people are like, oh, you don't sound like you're from New Jersey. And I was like, I'm not sure what that sounds like, but I guess South Jersey has a different accent.
Look to the left.
Is that what
Yeah.
Did you have to like when you get into acting, especially when you join this franchise, because this is, like you said, like you're already signed on to do a Cyborg solo movie and to continue on with the group movies. Do you have to go to like accent training and drop the kind of?
No, for me, I guess where we come from in South Jersey, there isn't a sort of hard accent.
No Philly accent down there?
The Philly accent trickles over, like certain words like water, we'll say wooder instead of water.
Yeah.
But like that's easy. That's an easy fix if you want to neutralize that accent.
It's like being a newscaster. You kind of have to sound like you're from nowhere.
Exactly, yeah. Nowhere and everywhere.
You don't want anyone to say, oh, yeah, this guy lives here or this guy's not that.
Absolutely.
But so you did that. You didn't go to like an accent class or anything. You just did it yourself.
I went to conservatory here in New York, and
what's conservatory?
Conservatory is an intensive program where you study acting or whatever specialized field you want to be a part of. That was a 1.5-year program. Got out of there and just started pounding the pavement, trying to get involved in theater in any way, shape, or form.
What do your parents do?
My mom's a nurse. My mom's an RN. Dad was never in the picture.
Right.
Mom's an RN, and I've got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Do you know your dad now?
Yeah, I've known him my whole life,
Right.
but just never in the picture.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is,
until he sees you on Justice League billboards, then he's going to start calling up and saying, "Hey, buddy."
That's a whole different situation. But what's great about the character is because he had a very sordid relationship with his father.
Yeah.
I was able to sort of draw from personal experience when it came to the crafting of all that. So
is there a security in when you get a role like this, because it's such a big thing, right? Like this is the blockbuster role. It's leading to a bunch of different movies. Like it's such a big thing. Is there security knowing that this is going to continue on past one movie, or is there an intimidation factor of being like, I have to live up to?
Not at all. No security whatsoever. I feel like as an actor, you dedicate your life to uncertainty. And hopefully these movies continue. Hopefully it's well received and it makes tons of money, and people want to see more of it. But you don't want to rest on your laurels, and you definitely don't want to count on it happening because things change.
They swap people out in superhero movies too. Like there's been 19 Batmans since Michael Keaton.
Funny because they have in the TV show, they already have somebody playing Cyborg.
In the cartoon show?
No, the Defenders. Am I correct?
No, that's Marvel.
No.
That's Marvel.
Bobby,
Marvel.
come on,
Sorry.
Bob.
Stop trying to
He
pretend.
said, Bobby goes, you guys let me interview Ray because I'm the biggest comic book fan. I know everything about comic book. What are you talking about?
Maybe I'm a Marvel fan.
By the way,
Who sent you?
Sorry,
Who sent you?
Earlier he goes like, this is your first time in this DC movie universe, and Ray had to subtly say that he was in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, that's why. But you said Batman v Superman. You were very nice about it.
I meant the whole thing.
I didn't even mean that. No, I know what you meant.
Yeah,
It was
you
in
know
all
what I meant.
You wanted to tell him to shut up.
I meant-
He has no idea what he's talking about.
I meant no. I didn't mean in this movie. I know he was in the Batman versus
Talking about Spider-Man
I
too.
meant when you were in Spider-Man. No, you know what I meant.
Yeah, no, I do. But
I know what I'm talking about. You don't know any of this
Superman
stuff.
was also just like, it was like a 10-second clip.
Right.
What's Aquaman's real name?
Frank, Jason Momoa.
Brian?
Did you say Brian? No. Who said Brian?
I said Frank.
Yeah, I know what Aquaman's real name is.
What is it?
I'm not going to help you just because you don't know it.
There it is. Put it back on him.
He does. Please, New Teen Titans. I had the #1. I collected comic books when I was a kid. It was worth
I
money.
actually met
born a
Marv
kid in the
Wolfman
80s.
2 days ago, the creator of Cyborg and the New Teen Titans. He actually came to the premiere in L.A. and I geeked out. I haven't been starstruck in quite a long time, but being able to sit down and chat with Marv Wolfman was pretty intense.
Did you collect comics when you were a kid?
I didn't know. My mom never really got us comics, but I was a big fan of the animated series and a big fan of the movie series of everything. I'd watch everything. It didn't matter. DC, Marvel, didn't matter.
Is it hard acting
Yes.
That's a good question. It can be. Do you have to memorize your lines, or do they tell them to you?
Is it hard acting with all the CGI? Because it's not a regular scene with another actor. Some of this stuff, the people aren't even there. You're looking at something.
You're looking at tennis balls on sticks.
It's
you're
hard,
looking
right?
at you're looking at people wearing onesies with huge poles on top and pretending it's a 12-foot tall monster. I feel like it requires a different skill set. I really do. But coming from theater, a lot of times you're just imagining stuff's there that's not there anyway. So you do a play in a black box theater, and there's no set, there's no nothing, there's no costumes. You're still in that same zone.
What's the first play you did?
First play I ever did was Into the Woods in high school.
That's where he was taken.
and
Voss has to imagine crowds are there when he does his shows.
Is that it?
Oh, whoa, Bob. That's just me. Richard had a hard time on the road. People don't want to come see him.
Got you.
33 years, please.
Wow, that was a double hit.
They turned off the second row from me, saying it was too real.
Yeah, it's just not necessary. Who did you play in that?
They doubled down. I played. They broke up the narrators into 3 sections, so I played the narrator, one of the narrators, and I played the wolf, which was pretty dope.
I don't know what the play is about.
The play, it's basically Stephen Sondheim took all of Grimm's fairy tales and sort of combined it into a sort of new age imagining, and it's about the choices that people make and how fairy tales don't always end up being fairy tale endings.
Doesn't he do a musical, Stephen Sondheim?
Yeah.
So was that a musical?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can sing
too?
I used to. I don't sing as much as I used to, but that's how I got involved in it all. Yeah.
But you can sing.
I mean, I can hold the tune.
So can he.
Shout
So
sing.
can
Voss, show him a little bit.
When you were on Prince of Bel-Air.
Rich, show him a little bit.
When I was
Rich, show him a little bit.
I lost my voice.
A little bit, please.
I lost my voice.
He sings?
No.
He's embarrassed because he can act. Because a lot of comedians can't sing. Rich is embarrassed because he did a good job in karaoke before, and he's
I can
embarrassed.
hear it in the tenor of his voice. I can hear it.
That's enough. That's enough. Now, I'd say your third movie.
He's doing it again. He's trying to think of a question.
Yeah, stop trying to think of a real question. Say your third movie.
You'll probably have enough power to maybe throw somebody in that you want. Maybe somebody from North Jersey.
My God.
When you can ignore Rich if you like.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder obviously had to leave the film because of pretty severe personal reasons. Like they said, it was like 4/5 of the way done, more or less. Whatever.
Yeah.
Was that difficult to then jump over to a different director because it was Joss Whedon?
I mean, I think it was difficult just in general. I mean, you step on the set with Zach, he treats everybody with so much dignity. Regardless of what job you're doing, you could be the janitor cleaning up, and he'll treat you with the same respect as he'd treat Ben Affleck or anybody else. He's just that kind of guy. Yeah. So losing him on the production was tough, and obviously you got to handle the situation with respect to your family. That comes first. But we sort of banded together, and it was sort of like let's do it for Zach.
Yeah.
So I feel like that sort of carries us through.
Who's your favorite character offset? When you like hanging around between scenes,
you want to hang out with the character.
What do you think? He just watches them make the movie?
No, because I want
to hang out with Aquaman.
Yeah, do you get a picture with Aquaman?
I did get a picture at some point.
They're just trying, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been on sets.
I think Ezra, myself, and Jason clicked in a really big way. Ezra and Jason have known each other for many, many years, but we're all the newer guys in the mix. And Jason, he's really good at getting people out, getting people to come out and hang out, have a drink at the bar, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was super
throw
welcoming.
a hatchet at a dartboard.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That has to feel good when you realize, because you are going to be, for better or worse, hopefully stuck with these people for a few movies.
A franchise.
So when you get there and you realize that there is this thing where they want to have a pleasant experience, because I'm sure there are people who have been stuck with actors on films that they don't like. And
sure, there's certainly people stuck on radio.
Yeah.
There's like people in this room right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the crazy thing is, you know when to give people their space, and when it's time to work, it's time to work. And you try to have as much fun as you can in between takes, because honestly, you guys have seen there's a lot of downtime. Yeah. There's an extreme amount of downtime. But I feel like everybody, because our personalities are so different, nobody really clashes in that way. And if you need some space, you go off and, hang out in your trailer. Be by yourself.
I was going to ask if you're worried at all that, because Gal Gadot has said she doesn't want to come back to be Wonder Woman unless
Brett Ratner's
not attached.
She wants
to the
him
movie.
completely unattached. Yeah.
When you read something like that, are you like, oh my God, worst case scenario, I do not want to do these movies anymore without Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Like that's
Well, no, I think it's on everybody to make the decision for themselves, whatever feels right. I mean, that if that's your conviction, that's your conviction. Go with it. You know? I'm not going to knock it. I'm not. I mean, that's it. You got every right to do what you believe.
What was? Please don't leave.
No, you don't want me to leave? Stay in the booth with us here forever.
What was? No, he's just what he said to his wife last night. What is Fetch Clay Make Man about?
Fetch Clay Make Man is a play written by Will Power about the relationship between Muhammad Ali, the late great Muhammad Ali, and Stepin Fetchit, who was a vaudevillian actor, and was seen by some as a sort of pariah.
Did they see him as a sellout, or did they see him as someone doing a caricature?
They saw him doing a sort of sellout caricature. I think that's sort of how history had remembered him at the time. But apparently, Muhammad Ali and Stepin Fetchit knew one another in real life and were actually really good friends. You know, and it seemed odd that Ali, who was pro-black in the '60s, and Stepin Fetchit, who was seen as that pariah, became friends. So the play is about this, this chance meeting, right? You remember that Sonny Liston fight, the second fight, the Phantom Punch?
Yeah, when he threw that little short.
Yeah. So
Ross was there.
Looking around the room.
So the playwright Will Power, apparently Ali, he was quoted as saying that Stepin Fetchit had taught him that punch. Right, which Ali, some of the things he was saying, were sort of outlandish, and but other things, you didn't know whether or not he was being truthful or whether or not he was just putting that Ali sauce on it. And so Will Power was like, well, what if Stepin Fetchit actually really did teach him that punch? And what would that look like? What would that meeting look like? And so it's this sort of fictitious meeting between Ali and Stepin Fetchit, where Ali's trying to get Stepin Fetchit to teach him the anchor punch, the phantom punch that he claims Stepin Fetchit learned from Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champ of the world. So yeah.
So it's a fictional meeting between two people who actually really knew each other.
Absolutely.
And you played Ali.
I played Ali in that, yeah.
And what kind of pressure is that? Because he's such a recognizable person. You're playing a guy who everybody knows what he's supposed to look like and what he's supposed to sound like.
Yeah, in the original run of the play, I was playing a non-speaking ensemble member. I was a really skinny kid, really green, and Ben Vereen was playing Stepin Fetchit at that point in time. And when I stepped into that play, I told him, I said, listen, if this ever moves to New York, like I want to understudy Ali. And he's like, listen, man, if you start working on it now, you could play Ali. And I was like, well, let me get working on it. And that's when I started eating everything I get my hands on, following where the production was at, fiending, lusting after this thing for about 3 years for a play that was going off Broadway, which is kind of unheard of, right? You spend a lot of time in that way. And it ended up working out in a really, really big way. I had a lot of lead up time to get really acclimated to who I believed Ali to be, and just getting my interpretation of it down. So by the time we actually stepped onto the scene, like I felt super comfortable, And
you had the voice down?
I had a little bit of the voice down.
What is? Can we hear it?
Let me see if I can whip something up. Hold on. I done wrestle with an alligator. I done tussle with a whale. I done handcuff lightning, throw thunder in jail. Why, just today I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm bad.
That's a good Ali.
That's really good.
I see you as the other character.
That's a good. That's a good. Well, you're sitting next to Angelo. You're sitting next to Angelo Dumb D. Wow. That's. Did you ever meet him? Did you ever get to meet him?
I did not get a chance to meet him, unfortunately. No. And we were shooting Justice League at the time when he passed away last year. They had this great exhibit at the O2 Center out there, and it was really special to see. You got to see a lot of the memorabilia from his like home. Like they had the like some of the molding from like the door of his childhood, you know, and just to be able to see and be in the presence of like these sort of like humbling articles of history, was like, it brings him into a sort of real perspective.
We interviewed Joe Frazier one time. He was promoting that the documentary he did about the thriller in Manila, I think, and you realize that Ali was as much as he was loved, there was another side to Ali too, where he could be a little vindictive, and he was a human being, and he was a complete guy. And when you listen to Frazier talk, you're like, you kind of felt bad for Frazier a little bit too, the shit that he had to take.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's the crazy thing I think about Ali, was that he's transformed so many times over the course of his life. If there's anything, he shows you the power of transformation. And I think by the time it was getting toward the end of his life, he sort of reached this place of being universally beloved. beloved. But when he first started out, people wanted him like dead. When he was part of the Nation of Islam and growing up, and when he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Cassius X, then Cassius X to Muhammad Ali. Like he was a figure of controversy. I mean, going through Vietnam and all that. But I think Ang Lee. One of his next projects is a 3D boxing movie about Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and their rivalry, and I think they touch upon that aspect a little bit. Just looking at it from both sides, because
a 3D movie,
3D boxing movie. Yeah, it's just like this crazy technology that he wants to use to really immerse you in the boxing match.
And if it's Ang Lee, I would imagine the fight scenes are going to be like incredible.
I would hope so. Yeah, and that's actually how I ended up getting a little bit to this point. He had actually come and saw that play. 3 years ago now, 3.5, 4 years ago. And that ended up creating a lot of hype. And that's how I got my first agent and manager, and, ended up taking the trip out to LA and meeting the folks from Warner Brothers and getting involved with the Justice League of it all.
So do you want to play Ali in the movie?
I mean, if it comes around and everything works out, yeah. I mean, that'd be a great thing to do. I would love to don the mantle, but
what type of a time commitment is the Justice League stuff though? Because like obviously that movie is shot and done and it's out on Friday.
Yeah.
But like in terms of carrying on the Cyborg character, does that mean most things have to be put on hold for a few years?
No. I mean, we're not going to shoot the next thing. I don't think it's not even on the docket yet. Everything is sort of still in the production phase, the pre-production phase. So, I mean, these things will come out and then they'll be gone. But you're able to find pockets of time to slip projects in. My thing is though, like, I want to do things that I'm actually passionate about. Things that I actually care about. I don't want to work for the sake of working, because then you end up just sort of watering down what it is you love. And for me, I'm like, look, I got too little time on this earth, and your gift is too precious to go ahead and just go, all right, let me just do it for the sake of doing it. See,
that's a very positive attitude. We should all incorporate a positive attitude. There's a lot of negativity in this world.
It's also a positive attitude of getting the big superhero movie.
Yes. A good-looking guy who's playing it is nice to play a superhero.
The moment could come where you're like, you know what? I also want to eat. So
listen, I've had those moments here in New York, in conservatory. There are a lot of days where I was broke, had to move back into my mom's house multiple times back to New Jersey. Tell her, hey, listen, Mom, you still got that basement? Because I know I said last time would be the last time, but here we are now. And, I've been on the grind in a really big way. Coming out here, my buddy Jerron, who, I went to school with, still a really good friend of mine. It got to the point where it's like, look, I've got peanut butter, you've got bread, let's make some sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like that kind of feel. So I know what that life is like. But even then, even at the lowest of the low, I still felt this sort of sense of calm about the situation, because I'm like, you know what? It's about the small victories. Like even doing like the off Broadway things. Like it was something that I wanted to do. It was something I was passionate about. I was willing to make the sacrifice for that.
Is it hard to go from the transition from instant gratification of being on stage to movies where you're just no, it's like
I'm not laughing at you.
You are.
I am not laughing at you.
Yes, you are, Bassetti.
I'm not laughing at you.
You are.
I'm laughing at my friends laughing at you.
No, ask the question. This is deep.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
You've probably never gotten it before either.
The fact that he just said, I know where you're going with this, that's his nice way of going, shut up, I'll answer it. You're a nice person. He's not. It's a terrible question.
We've already bonded.
Like a lion's den in here, man.
With a bear.
No, I mean, there is a certain level of there's a certain level of not knowing, because with theater you get the applause in the same day. It's like stand-up comedy. I mean, like the energy of the audience informs the performance, and you get it and you walk away and do the show again the next day. With this, it's so much waiting. You're just like, all right, well, we did that performance, we did the take, and now it's in the hands of the editor and the post-production people to ultimately make it look like what we hope it looks like.
Stop taking pride in the fact that he could answer your question when you didn't even get to finish asking it. He still knew what it was. He still knew exactly.
His professionalism saved it.
First of all, don't you ever address me. He can. All right.
Can I ask you a question? Was there any part of not you? Was there any part of this movie that was dangerous? Did you ever almost get hurt filming it?
No, for the most part, no. They do wet the sets down a lot just to get some like reflective surfaces, and
that was one thing in movies that I learned is that you see the streets and they always look like it just rained out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit! And
that's for light.
They do that for light, and they bounce bounce it off. And these are things I didn't even know. Like,
because if you don't have a wet street, it just looks fucking.
It's just
really?
matte.
You're telling
It's
him
just
that?
matte. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know
I
anything.
didn't know that either.
I didn't know any of this stuff.
We didn't know.
This
Making
is
movies.
The first technical side of things.
Making movies.
The old industry vet.
Yeah, exactly. How come it always rains? Honestly,
It's always after a rainy day. There's always a sunrise. Things happening.
You know,
we have to.
Well,
couple movies I did. Whatever.
Coming into this though, like learning about all those technical aspects, I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'm like, oh, what's this do? What's that do? Why are they doing that with these like metallic balls? Why are they like spraying down the street with water? And everybody was super knowledgeable and just willing to go ahead and give me the information that I
Did they
needed.
give you any? Did they give you the suit? Did they give you anything from?
Man, I was from the suit. No, I didn't. That was just pajamas. I was ready to leave that behind at the set.
Did they give you anything cool?
I got something cool. I don't know if I should say on radio. 'Cause
Really?
They may not know I have it, but
Oh no!
no,
It's Scarlett Johansson.
no, that's Marvel. This is
I
in
don't
the
know
movie.
anything.
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
Oh my God!
It's not in the movie.
You're the wrong one. The two of you claim to know comic books.
I never said I know it.
Shut
I
up.
don't know anything
Stop
about it.
pointing at me with your little hands.
I've actually seen the film that you were in.
Thank you.
And,
I'm going to see it tomorrow night.
That's great. The Hulk is great in it. All right. Anyway,
No, that's Marvel. That's Marvel.
we have to wrap up with Ray.
I
They're
would
telling us to
recommend
wrap.
everybody go see. If you want just like a fun, good superhero movie, go out, have a good time. Go see this in the theaters. Go see it in IMAX. It's just
You got to see it big.
and
go big,
yeah,
and then go home and then come back and see it again.
And this Friday, and it's Ray Fisher backwards is your name on
That
Twitter,
is,
right?
Yeah, REHSIFYAR.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, what does this mean? And I'm like, all right, it's Ray Fisher backwards, so it's easy to do.
There it is.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. Rich, Bobby, myself, of course, Sam, and Jamie Kilstein will rejoin us. And Ray, thank you very much. Good luck with the movie.
Thank you for having me.
Great.
All right, we are back. Thank you to Ray Fisher.
I like this Sam Roberts.
I believe there's another. Didn't they have another drop? Oh, Michael K. make another comment?
Sam Roberts is a man.
No, not that one.
Oh. No, that was it.
No, I believe he said something else. Not about you.
I apologize. It won't happen again.
Oh, that was it. Okay. And Jamie, thank you for waiting.
No. He was much more talented than me. I was literally just taking pictures of him on the couch. He's like a specimen. Yeah.
It really is weird.
He's got a great body.
Yeah, when you see a guy who's that physically, we still are as people. We're still fucking basic. Like we just still respect a really good-looking, in shape person.
Yeah,
Like, we're
honestly,
still awed by that.
But it's not even just good.
We're just all
it's not
basic bitches in here, you know?
It's not even in shape though.
Oh, I can say that now. Basic bitches.
Yeah.
I'm offended. He was. Damn it. He was. Damn it. He was.
Bobby, talk. Go.
Gorgeous. His everything about him
What are you doing,
was
man?
perfect.
Yeah, he was a very handsome guy.
Perfect.
So what?
I didn't
You
see
started this with Mateo Lane this morning. Like, why do you keep talking about how gorgeous?
Yeah, Bobby, why don't you just
No.
talk about whatever you want to talk about?
Gay. I like men. Tell my wife I'm never going home. I love you,
Oh,
Max.
she's so happy.
I hope you're gay too, Max. We can be friends later in life.
No, you love your wife, but I think that if he wanted to hold you a little bit, you would just caress his arm. Like,
That guy?
yeah, you'd hold his
Buddy,
arms.
let me
If he
tell you
wants to
something.
hold you,
let's,
you need a forklift.
Oh boy! Wow. You know what? That's fat shaming, and I'm glad I already ate my belt.
Boss is just mean.
He is a mean old fucking
Isn't he a mean old
asshole.
person? You're a
By the
mean
way,
old man.
True Confessions with Bob Kelly bit for tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
That was great. Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, when are you gonna?
I've said a lot in my apartment alone. I rehearsed my talks. Look, Keith, you have to accept me. I can't handle it, player.
Ah, God, you're making me nervous, man.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. You're just going through some stuff. You gotta shake it out. Have a lime Ricky and a hamburger and get over it.
Yeah, marry a girl, suck a dick on the side. You know, he'd give me awful advice.
Suck a dick. Oh shit!
But we really are awed by people, whether they're men or women. When you look at, like, it's not even a sexual thing, but we're awed by. For him, it is, yeah. But you're awed by someone who's that good looking, that much physical.
Well, because
What do you
his
think of
whole
the-
aura was fucking just positive energy.
You probably need that though to play a superhero.
Yeah.
And believably, you probably have to have some kind of a fucking vibe to you. You're playing a superhero.
Sometimes I think that if because actors are very positive.
Sure we are.
They can jump into this realm, but they don't really play in this type of realm. And do you feel like sometimes because we're comics and we're so honest and we say these fucked up real shit to make each other laugh that there's no way we'll ever make it in this business?
Well, you're pessimistic assholes.
I think you're good. When you played Silly Putty in that movie, I thought you were fucking great. It didn't go anywhere that bit.
No, you know why it didn't? You know why it didn't? Because you clicked your glasses, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, he came up with the word silly putty and wanted to have a joke about it.
Exactly.
I didn't have anything.
But yeah, no, you're right. Even the comics that we are good looking, you're still good looking for a comic. Like that guy spoke, and it was so sincere. He sincerely spoke that everything was written by a press team, and it wasn't. That's just him. He's just a really nice sweet, well proportioned man. Yeah. But hearing it, it's just like being in a room full of comics and then seeing that walk in.
Yeah.
What
was your take on People Magazine just came out with the sexiest man alive?
Who?
Did you hear about
Who
this?
is it?
Yeah, who
I
was
think
it?
it's Blake Shelton. Should be.
It's Blake Shelton. Do you think he's the? He's sexy, but I don't know if he's the sexiest man.
Put him up on the screen.
I'll be the judge of that.
Put him up.
No, he's not the sexiest man alive.
What happened to Ryan Gosling? They threw him under the bus?
Well,
He's
they
not
can't
the
just
sexiest
give it to him every year.
Yes, they can.
Yeah,
this
they can.
guy, that country fuck?
Trump's America.
Stop.
Blake Shelton is the sexiest man alive.
Look at the tattoo. His tattoo is the worst
I know, it's a
fucking
hack
tattoo
tattoo.
ever.
Oh yeah, that's like a UFC kind of tattoo.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like a step away from having your last name tattooed across your chest.
It's like having the comedy and tragedy mask. I hope you don't have it.
No, I do not.
Does that make you think he's less sexy, the tattoo?
The tattoo is
He's holding his head. Look at that. He's
atrocious.
boyish.
He's ready to push it down.
Dude, he's charming.
He's a good-looking guy.
I watch The Voice. He's charming. He's funny. Sweet.
He's not as good looking as fucking Cyborg.
No.
Ray Fisher is a better looking guy.
Wow.
I can name
better.
fucking
His lips
4
were-
guys in this room better looking than him.
Name him.
You.
It's just you have nothing.
I know.
That should be the name of your next CD. I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Ray, is that Ray right there? Oh, he got his teeth fixed.
He shouldn't have that. Oh, maybe that was just for Ali.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just for Ali. Maybe he had like a little fake, like the black paste they put on his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the gap.
No,
I want to see his body again.
That's not for Ali.
Okay.
Yeah, he got his teeth fixed.
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm gonna get my teeth fixed, even though I have great teeth.
I think he looks more like Ali than Will Smith did,
Are
though.
you looking at his physique?
I'm looking at his he's ripped. Yes.
Yeah.
He's playing a heavyweight champion.
What are we doing, man?
Everybody in Hollywood has fake teeth. I didn't know that.
They all get their teeth. Yeah, but it does make a difference on camera. Like when you look, you want to see nice teeth.
And it does make it. I wonder if we should just.
Why
all
would I
get
say
some-
that?
That's why I had these done. For when I get to Hollywood.
No, the teeth. It's just so the stupid things will have something nice to hit before they fall out.
Look up.
Well, that took a little.
I want to write back to all my progressive friends. This is a very progressive show. Just sitting here rating men's bodies. No one is insecure about it.
Absolutely. Look up Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is
He's huge. I do not have friends.
I do not have friends. Jason Momoa is.
Wow, it sounds like my nickname in high school.
No, not that one, Troy. Not the one with the dreads. That's
Momoa.
What do you?
Momoa?
They call me homo.
No, that's not a good way. I mean,
Deserve more.
Oh, this is the guy who played. He was in Game of Thrones. He played
What do you think of him, Bob?
Which one did he play in Game of Thrones?
Khaleesi's husband.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
What do you think of him? Aquaman.
I'll tell you right now, he was in a great movie that I liked.
No, I mean physically.
Oh, sorry.
What great movie that you like? 6 Degrees of Separation?
No.
I like Ray
That
more
was
because
a
I
good
think
movie.
Ray's accessible.
He is. He's a good-looking guy, man. Really good-looking guy.
What movie did you like?
Who would you rather be with, him or Ray Fisher?
He's in a great TV show too called The Frontiers on Netflix.
But who would you rather
He
be
would take
with?
Jason Momoa. Be easier to tell his
I would not. I would actually take Cyborg.
Why is that?
Because I don't know. There's just something about him.
No, because you could tell people I'm fucking Cyborg. They don't think the fighter, so you wouldn't have to confess.
No, that's not what I would do. That you just did in your own head. I liked.
Look at his feet. Look at
Doesn't matter. This kid right here that was
Yeah.
just here. I mean, did you see his lips, his pillow lips?
You really had a crush on him, huh?
Yeah,
a
you
little
did.
bit, little guy crush.
No
I don't
problem.
mind that. I'll go home, kiss my wife. We'll fucking go away. Jerk off in the shower.
Will it go away?
Pray to Jesus for a couple hours. Flog
Is
myself.
that what you do? You think of a man in the shower, and just as you're about to come, you switch it to a woman so you don't feel gay. I
No,
understand.
I do it the other way. I think about a woman just when we're going to come. All of a sudden, a guy pops into my head, and I fucking go, "Oh God, the best cum ever!" No.
Can we throw that at the end of the bit? Yeah.
Will you stop telling people how to produce the show? Yeah, he was. I would actually, if I had to pick, and we should all go around the room. I would pick a Cyborg. Who would you pick? Aquaman or Cyborg?
You mean to be with romantically?
To be with romantically. Sexually.
I guess I would probably pick Aquaman.
You would?
I think so.
Okay.
Dude, even in my fantasies, I don't have confidence. I'm like the Flash. He was like kind of nerdy and like seems sweet.
Someone you could talk to.
Yeah.
Maybe play a video game after.
He seems funny.
Yeah, tell me, hey, dude, I'm hungry. Can I get a pizza?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be the best. That'd be the best. Yeah, I go Flash.
What about you?
Scarlett Johansson.
No,
She's not in the movie.
No, it's not in the movie. Aquaman
Or
Cyborg.
Let me see some pictures.
Flash.
You just saw him.
Well,
Cyborg was in here, and we just showed you Aquaman.
Cyborg would.
Which
he's
one would you-
too mean.
Cyborg. No,
He'd
I'm
be
talking
too big.
physical. Oh, so Aquaman.
I need some. I
So
have
the
to-
Flash.
Flash.
Let me see Flash. Let me see Flash.
What do you mean? You know what Flash looks like?
No.
Have you ever been a child? Have you always been just an old fucking Jewish guy?
Hold on.
What the fuck's his?
Oh, Flash Gordon?
What's the actor's
Ezra.
name? Ezra. Yeah.
No, let me see. Let me see his abs. 'Cause,
Yeah, Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's him
Not
right
Flash Gordon.
That's him right there.
let me. I want to see some abs.
You're not going to see. You don't see Flash like
He doesn't
that.
have abs.
Oh, is this him?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, he
quirky.
almost-
Pick up the. Yeah. Oh my
He
god.
almost looks like Tig.
He kind of has an androgyny to him, yeah.
He does. Wow, I never even noticed that.
Yeah.
I might switch it up to Flash.
Yeah, so I'm going with Flash.
I can put my wife's clothes on him. What about you, Norton? All of them.
That's not true.
Who would you go with? Batman?
I'll take
Flash?
Wonder Woman.
No.
That's not one of the options, bro.
Come on, man. I'm straight.
That's
fucking, where's some push, right, guys? Fucking
that's what they call all the girls you date. Wonder Woman. I wonder if it's a woman. Nothing, but
it's not.
Just spell it out.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Let's go down the road.
Keep going. You got this.
Workshop.
Give me a pen.
I would take. I don't know. It's hard to say. I got to go with Cyclops. He's right here. Or Cyborg.
you
Cyborg. He's right here.
fucking menace.
Cyclops is an X-Man.
Yeah, I know. I corrected it to Cyborg, an X-Man.
Okay. So you want to be gay and with another race?
That's a good point. I know you were saying that to be cold-hearted and mean-spirited, but every once in a while, validity pops up. Yeah, I'll probably go because he's a nice guy. I know his energies, and he's a nice person.
Nice guy.
I don't know what Jason Momoa's like.
Jason's too. He's too aggressive.
And he has a beard. I don't like a beard.
Yeah.
It's too I don't want a beard.
Yeah,
I don't
too
want to be
alpha.
kissed on the neck with a beard.
Yep.
Yeah, again.
No, fuck that.
You've had beards.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, you've had beards.
Yeah.
Why, don't repeat his joke, stupid.
I was going to
Shut up.
Yeah.
He said a joke, and then you went, yeah, like.
But he doesn't know what the joke was. You
Yes,
have
he does.
beards.
Why doesn't he?
What are you
He just
talking-
said
Why
it.
would I have said it then?
Why
He
would he?
said
Why?
it.
What's a beard?
It's a woman that a
Bonnie.
gay man dates to convince.
This is why I hate Voss, and he doesn't wear his headphones. He literally went, "What?
I heard about
I
that.
got it." 30 seconds after you said it.
Because I was.
Put your headphones on.
Go ahead.
Okay, you're right.
What are you giving him a note? What's it say?
I mean,
says Voss has to
Troy
leave.
actually brings up a good point.
Sure.
We only have a few minutes left, and we still don't exactly know what Voss is working with under that shirt.
I can't do it today.
Why not?
Because I've had stomach problems. And when
Yeah,
I was-
right.
And I'm not doing it today. And
Can I just see the abs then?
not
show
today.
us
I don't
the
have any today.
Just lift up the shirt.
You
don't
always
even
have
to take
on.
it
I'm
off.
not doing it today.
Why
I'll do it next
not?
time.
You didn't do it
'Cause I
last
just got
time.
off a cruise ship, and all we did was eat for
That's
a week.
not fair.
So
You
what?
didn't
You
do
have
it-
to work for a living.
No, stop.
Dude, you didn't do it
Stop. I
last
can't.
time.
You're right. And you know what? Now it's going to be special. It
Guys,
can't be
no,
every week.
I want to see it.
I can't make my return where the article is going to be like accused predator sits in room as men like assault Rich Voss and beg him to take shirt off.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I got your back.
We command him to take a shirt off.
Yeah,
Not
take
beg
the shirt
him.
off,
Take
man.
it off.
Stop making us beg
I'm
you.
fucking gassy.
You got it out.
I
You
don't want
got
to see
it
it.
out.
I don't want to see it now.
No?
I was in, but now I'm out.
I want to see your abs.
I was in, but now
Just
no, you
show
don't.
me.
I don't have
Show
anything.
one nipple.
Show me. You always have abs.
Oh, look at that.
Voss,
Can I start
that's
masturbating?
good.
I'm sorry.
For 65, that's good.
Yeah.
You always have abs.
That's right. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Rich, you always have abs.
Ross isn't.
Let me see it.
Look
no,
at
you
man.
don't.
Voss is in shape.
You look like you're wearing a fucking gladiator outfit made out of potatoes.
That looks good, dude. Oh yeah, he just smelled his own pit and he threw up.
Started coughing.
He just smelled his own armpit and threw up.
Uncontrollably started coughing.
What the fuck? Why you
Smell it, Bobby. How bad is it? Smell it. Let's just take a whiff. Just take a whiff. Did you ever get his belly button, his ear?
Yeah, I've gotten that. Oh my god. Oh my god, he smells like a garbage worker. Why did you didn't shower this morning?
I didn't have time. I didn't want to be
Kept talking to the mic, 30-year veteran.
When he was pretending to be caught in traffic.
I'm gonna shower in a hotel.
Why?
I didn't have my flip-flops.
I can't wait to see that photo of Voss with no shirt on and his dumb bed hair.
Did he look bad?
Of course he did.
How did he smell?
I think you look good, Voss.
Troy, did you ever smell his ear?
For 60, you look
Smells like grape jelly.
Wait a minute. You never
Where's
smelled
Rob
the
with the
grape
camera?
jelly?
You gotta smell it.
Rob, get in here with the camera.
It smells like grape jelly. It's a weird. It's a man who smells like jelly, and it's creepy.
You gotta
Yeah,
smell
it smells like sweet.
Listen,
Rob,
I
get
don't
in
know
here
if
with
I
the
have
camera.
Hold on.
Hang on one second. You gotta smell
I
it.
have it.
Wait, hold on.
Probably not. It probably
We
is
gotta
just
wait
like
for Rob.
a sugary sweet grape
Who's Rob?
smell.
He's the guy who's gonna film it because it smells like grape jelly, and it gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
Anthony, just come in with the camera.
Yeah, just use your iPhone, dummy.
Did I look good with my shirt on?
Yeah. Boss, I'm going to tell you right now, from a guy who's trying to get into shape for the last 3 years and it's so hard, for 60, buddy, you look fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And now they're going to put that on the internet and people are going to go, and it's not going to look as good as it did live.
That is true. You have to see the head they gave me last time.
It doesn't look as good as last time.
No, last time it looked better.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
I told you I was on a boat. I gained some weight.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah,
so
well, you were
obvious.
working.
Yeah.
You look good, dude. 60, you look fucking great.
Thanks.
I didn't realize it'd be so apparent when you saw it, though.
Yeah. If you could lop your head off. I'm kidding. Dude, you look great. You really do.
All right, are we ready to see this?
Yeah, we're just waiting for
Norton looks great, too. I saw a picture of you. I have stuff on my phone from him. He was a big boy. I didn't know because he's been thin for so long. I forgot how big you were.
I was awful.
Oh my god! I have video of you.
You're just awful and skinnier. Yeah.
You just say shit.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Where'd you go? B&H?
Yeah,
Fuck! Speed it up, you little
Turn the
twink.
camera on.
Jesus
What are you
Christ.
doing? You're panicking. Stop being so goddamn
Are you
handsome.
a superhero?
Yeah, you
Can't help it.
Yeah, you little Flash lookalike.
Yeah. Turn the camera.
Okay. I don't even know if I have any now.
I know.
Probably not.
Troy's gonna smell. It smells like grape jelly. Just mic yourself, Troy, or get a mic just so people can hear you.
I have any.
Yeah,
So good.
just right over there.
This is the weirdest thing ever, too. By the way,
It smells like grape jelly, and
Yeah,
it's the worst.
it's nothing,
It
really.
shouldn't smell like jelly. Tell me, does it smell like grape jelly?
Hang
Just
on.
tell him. Wait.
Give him a little more. He didn't
weird?
get it. He didn't
Get a
get
little
it.
more. Get a little more. You gotta get a little
Bobby,
more.
try it. Bobby, just try it.
I couldn't get it out of my nose.
Bobby just sprayed the door with Lysol, and he's smelling it.
Doctor, dude, that's cancer. Outside cancer.
Bob thinks it might be cancer.
What is that? Why? How is something living outside your body like that? Do you ever fucking?
He said it's just oil.
It's just oil.
the natural essence of Rich Voss.
Is he a fucking lizard?
Rob, how come you haven't taken any yet? What kind of?
Oh yeah, Rob.
Rob, how come you haven't taken any
You
yet?
mean take your time, Rob?
Yeah, fucking
take your time, Rob.
take a lackadaisical
I don't think I have
hike.
any left.
You probably
Yeah.
don't. Just give him some. Just take some.
Yeah, just a little sniff.
Whoa.
And see, it's so bad because it stays with you.
It changes you.
Yeah. Did you get it, or
It's gone. It's all gone. I went through
It actually makes you not like certain foods. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst thing ever.
Talking to the mic.
I can't talk to them. It's the fucking worst thing. Voss, you need to see a doctor. Have you seen somebody?
Yeah,
He fixed
Kevorkian.
this here.
What did he do? What did he do? Put your gum. Watching gum stick on the side of your mouth.
How bad was it, Troy?
It's still stuck in my nose.
It's bad. Rob,
smell the door.
You can't get it out. Once it's in there, you can't ever forget that smell.
Buddy, how do you fix your ear?
By the way, the look of on Rob's face. Jamie, do you want some?
No, I'm good.
No, it's gone. There's nothing left.
The look on Rob's face when he got some. It was jarring. It's like watching somebody watch a beheading video.
Buddy, it's the worst. It's the worst thing ever, dude. It's really, it's a sickness. I think it's like you're some like alien, and that's your natural defense when you get scared.
That's who it is.
You secrete this shit oil from behind your ears.
He was brutally molested, and the man would mount him from the back and nibble his ear. So then his body started putting duty out through his ear.
That makes sense.
That's your superhero power. You have duty juice.
Oh no, it's shit ears. His kryptonite is a book.
You fucking asshole.
Oh my god.
We only have a minute left. Jamie, this was fun, man. Thank you for coming.
Dude, thank you guys so much. I was telling Voss out there. I've been meaning to say this on at least one podcast. It's
not bad. Dude.
It's so good. No, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, 60.
When all this shit happened, after I burned all my bridges in comedy, the only people that reached out were comics. None of the progressive people who wanted to see if it was true or read the article and was like, that's not a thing, and knew about my depression and history with suicide stuff. But comics who I shit on, you reached out to me. I hadn't seen you since I was a kid, so it's awesome to be around comics again. And yeah, this was great. Thank you guys.
You're
good. Thanks for coming out.
It was great, dude. For being.
You got my number?
Thanks, man.
You got my number?
I will. I'll get it.
No, you won't.
All right, everybody needs to plug.
Yes, I'm in Indianapolis, and you go first. You go first.
No, it's your show.
No. You're in
this weekend. I'll be in Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection Friday and Saturday, and December 8th and 9th, if that's the Friday, Saturday, the Velveto Room, Austin, Texas. Go to richvoss.com for all my dates.
I really want to plug. I'm going to be at the Mahaffey Theater with Mal Coulter on the 16th of December. The 15th of December. 16th, I'll be at the Brokerage, and then the next week for Christmas, I'm going to be at Gotham Comedy Club.
Nice.
22nd, 23rd, 24th. Come down to that show. It's a Christmas show right before we celebrate Jesus' birthday.
I'm still afraid to go on Twitter, but for when I go back, you can follow me at Jamie Kilstein, and then I'll feature for anybody.
KILSTEIN.
Yes, please.
And I'll be on Tom Shalhoub's radio show at 5 p.m. Eastern today on Fox News Radio.
Friday, Indianapolis Egyptian Room. Saturday, Peoria, Illinois.